And we have kilobits, and we're a minute late. Sorry about that, everybody. We were up at the shop shooting some videos, and man, we had to hustle up. So Kim's almost here, and I'm here. So yeah, it's just one of those nights. We're moving as quick as we can. So how is everybody? Let's see. Retired Inspector Bruce. Hola. Buddy Carafano's here. Mexican Specs here. Let's see, go back a little further. Oh, I'm going to have to really scroll back to see further back. Let's see here. Mexican Sex says to bring my powdered drinks. Well, instead of doing that, I got this stuff, which is probably some kind of generic 7-Up like stuff. And yeah, 69 or 59 through 69 cars. And I don't know what else is going. Kim's the one that really comes through with all the stuff to say in the beginning of the show, and I sit here now and I'm like, what am I supposed to say?
Can't remember what to say. The man would forget his name if I wasn't here.
She's here.
Kim fixes things.
Paul Bajoui's here. Haven't seen you in a while. RC Industry. Hey, how you doing?
I'm here with Buck Del Campo, the namesake of the channel you have found, and we are here on yet another Tuesday night studio stream. We have arrived in the studio to entertain you. Here we are now, entertain you. And I heard him calling out names. Oh, Rick's here.
Rick's here.
I heard all the other names, but I didn't.
Oh, I didn't say Rick. I said RC Industry.
You might have said it, and I just,
That's right when you ran in here.
You waited for Kim? All right. There was a bunch of... I'll start by awarding points. Buddy Carafano and Mexican Spec were in. You both squeaked in at 7. You get 3 points apiece. All the 701s, let's see.
There were people
Retired Inspector Bruce gets 2. And Paul Pajuli and Rick Pajuli.
There's no L in there.
Pajuli. God bless you. Rick from RC Industry and Luis and Gearhead, you all get 1 point for getting here, in the first 5 minutes.
There were a bunch of people here earlier.
Yeah.
But they disappeared. When you scroll back, they're not there. So I don't know why that happens, but it happens. If they're like a couple hours early, they disappear forever. I don't know why they do that. I thought you could always see them, but you can't.
Well, I don't know. We're working on these things. We're learning things all the time. What's this car behind us?
It is a 1964 Ford Galaxy.
That's a pretty car. That's a nice family sedan.
I had one of those, that color. But it was not a Galaxy. It was a custom 500.
What year?
1964. See, I kind of took like somewhere in the middle, and the thumbnail was a 64 Studebaker Lark convertible. And then I stuck this one up there just to start with, something behind us. So it's like mid-range of the years we're kind of covering.
Say it's 1964. Just imagine that it is 1964, and you just bought your brand new one of these.
Oh, you know how nice that would be.
I mean, you wouldn't buy one of these unless you already had the wife and kids, right? So the family has got this, right? This is a family sedan, wouldn't you say? Where would you take the family in 1964 in your new car?
You know what we used to do? Yeah, the family would get in the car and go for a ride. That was like a thing to do on a weekend. Nobody does that anymore.
Would you go get like ice cream or something?
Or would
you go to the malt shop or
go to the beach, because I live near the beach in California.
Oh yeah.
Drive along the beach. We might get out of the car at the beach. We might not. We might go, get ice cream or something, but maybe not. Might stop at a store and buy a couple of things, come home. But it was like the whole family got in the car and went for a ride. Go for a ride.
Yeah.
And
well,
I don't think anybody does that anymore.
See, it would have been a lot later than 64, but like when my mom had the car, like there'd be one day a month where my mom would drive my dad to work. So we would have the car, and this is when I was young enough to be too young to go to school. No, it would have been in the summertime, right? And we would pick up my grandmother, her mom, and then the the three of us would be in the back seat, rumbling around. No seatbelts back, or no
Yeah.
kids' seats back in those days. And we'd drive out to Peachins, which was like more than an hour drive. It seemed like forever because I was just a kid, but it was more than an hour drive. It was one of those it was like one of the predecessors to like Walmart, but also it was like a discount grocery store, like with wood floors. It was like a warehouse grocery store. It was pretty wild. Yeah, and we'd spend a day there. They had a cafeteria. We'd get something to eat for lunch.
Paul Pachuy says it has the same dash as 63. Almost. You know what the difference is? The 63 is a black background with white fonts, white letters and numbers, and the 64 is a white background with black numbers and letters. And Ford did the same thing in 57 and 58. Same dash, except they flipped the colors around.
Luis says his grandma had a 64 Ford Mustang.
Oh, okay.
I'll be darned.
And then Garrett says, yeah, we got the Zed sled. Oh, we already got commercials. Jeez, I didn't grab them on time. Got the Zed sled fired up. Yes. Drove it a little bit, not much.
Up and down the street well enough to know that it runs just fine. It comes up to temp, doesn't overheat.
Pitt's here. Pitt was one of the ones that was here real early that just disappeared, and you could scroll back, and he still wasn't there. So he made it. He's back. That's
Good evening. Welcome back. Oh, yeah. I guess everybody's dealing with a lot of heat. We're lucky. Aren't you glad I got the air conditioner
She put the air conditioning on in the shop, yesterday, and then we didn't go back up there. So it ran, and it's not enough air conditioning for the shop, but it just sucks all the humidity out of there. So we went in there. It was still 90 degrees, but it was really comfortable compared to being outside. Outside, the mosquitoes just carry you away, you know.
Ooh, it's peak season because it's been so damp.
Okay, we got people saying what ads they have already. Mexican Spec.
Just Mexican Spec. Got a GoDaddy ad.
Well, what about Buddy Carfano?
Where's Buddy?
That's
Pro X Wax ad. Well, thank you to those advertisers for paying for all these kilobits per second, because it ain't cheap. First, we have to send them to YouTube, and then YouTube's got to send them to all of you. So that's awesome. You get 2 points for telling us who the advertisers are who are paying for the stream, because it just seems like something we can do. We don't go overboard, and if I have like an endorsement or a personal experience, I'll relate that. But otherwise, I might just read it off. If I don't see you telling me about an ad, that's okay. You get 2 points anyways. So I left a message when I saw the live posted last night. Forget what I even wrote. Oh, okay.
Well, I knew he was in there and that he posted it, but I put it up like early morning hours. So I put it up really early. So it's sort of like last night. What were we doing last night? Oh, I know what happened. We were going to go to the shop, and instead we fell asleep and had a normal night's sleep instead of staying up all night.
Yeah, you don't want to go out there.
I know, I was tired.
That's all right.
And I had some shorts, so I put shorts up.
I drove up to Oak Grove yesterday in my van, and the air conditioner in my van is not working so hot.
Really?
When I'm moving, it's okay, but when I'm sitting still, it doesn't have enough air moving through it to keep it blowing cold. Especially yesterday, it was super hot. But yeah, a lady friend of mine, her 2017 model Chevy it's like dead. We pulled it with my van with a big tow strap. Luckily, it was only a mile and a half. And honestly, only about a half a mile was on a real road. And then it was like winding through the neighborhood with a car. And it was all like flat. It wasn't like up and down hills. So it was okay. But without power steering and without power brakes, I'm like, are you sure you want to do this? And she's like, I don't got the money for a tow. So we took it to her place, and I have no idea what's wrong with it, but it seems really bad. Like, it doesn't seem like it has any compression. And it hits.
Yeah, you ever turn a starter on a car and it just goes, and you don't even hear anything go. Yeah, it's like the cam isn't turning or something.
I don't know.
Pitt says, Buff and I were exchanging comments last night. JC Reeves is my handle. And that confused me. Yeah, I didn't know who J.C. Reeves was until I right-clicked it and went to see who J.C. Reeves was.
He
And
figured it out, but it took him a bit.
Pit Snipe. Yeah, and then I thought, oh, okay. And which is actually, I think that's a Navy term, isn't it? I think. Huh.
Haven't shaved or had a haircut in over a decade? Well, decade's a long time.
I missed that word.
Oh my gosh. Oh. All that hair would be like, can you imagine having all that hair? That'd be hard to live with, especially in this heat.
It's just back to raining here in Colorado again. Oh, we have had a rainy year here. We have had a rainy year, man.
Yeah, Gearhead said Saturday they got hammered with thunderstorms, and North Dakota is messed up.
So Luis says 64 Ford GT40 is the best race car ever. I know a lot of people that would agree with that.
Tim says it's back to raining in Colorado. Tim, it stopped raining here, and it immediately, the temperature spiked by like 15 degrees. It was just like, it's just like, we can't win. It goes from rainy season to oppressively hot and humid season. Like, just like that. Inspector
Bruce sent in pictures.
Oh, cool.
It's, he said these were taken in
I love viewer photos.
Petaluma.
Oh, can I make this large?
Well, I'm about ready to click to another one because that's not a car, and he sent in a bunch of pictures.
No, I want to see it. Okay. Can I make it big?
Yeah.
Pull it down so they can see it.
That's an A10.
Yeah, tell us.
Okay, here, I got this one. Okay, you got it.
Okay.
It says, Pitt is a Navy engine room. Snipe is a Navy engineer. Okay.
Oh, I see. It's all Navy.
I've heard that before because I worked for NavAir for, I don't know, quite a while. Worked in flight testing with NavAir long after I got out of the Air Force. So hung around a bunch of Navy guys. So that's an A10. And then he also sent in other pictures that look like they're in the same event, but they are cars. So,
oh, nice.
That's 65 Ranchero. There's an old E-type Jaguar.
That's super cool. I like that.
And there's another picture of that one up closer.
What motor would that Jaguar have?
It's a 6-cylinder overhead cam engine. Straight inline 6.
That'd be pretty fancy. Were those any good? Those are real desirable cars.
Yeah, they're real desirable. There was one, it was a convertible that was, a friend of mine had it, and he wanted $900 for it back in the 70s. And I thought it was a little bit too much, and I really didn't have the money, and it was a little rough around the edges. Man, I wish I would have bought that. Because it was a good running car, you know. And, yeah, it was a mistake.
Yeah, if anybody wasn't in the live streams late last week, what night was it? Was it Saturday night? Saturday night, we pulled an all-nighter on his car and got the cylinder head together. We just hammered away at it.
My goal was to get, once I coated that head gasket, my goal was to get the head on and get it torqued, and then I was going to go home.
Well, but didn't we start the night by you sending me out in the dark to pressure wash the cylinder head?
Yeah. So right.
Yeah.
So
okay.
So then I used a hair dryer, not a hair dryer, but a heat gun. Got the head dry. I was putting heat in where the thermostat goes, just heating the head up, and got it warm enough that everything dried. So I felt pretty good about that. And then we got the head on there, and we just kept going. And we waited until, we didn't wait, we worked until we put in 7.5 hours on a live show.
Well, we took turns working on it. You worked on it a lot. I just sat and hung out and chat for a while.
We started up and ran it. I guess we didn't drive it.
We didn't take it anywhere till the next morning.
Drove it the next morning.
Yeah. But it ran, and we didn't.
Yeah.
What else? There was something we had to do to it before we drove it, but it was pretty minor.
Put the air cleaner in the hood on it.
No, there was some kind of adjustment was off.
Oh, after I drove it, it quit. Every time I pull up to a stop sign, it quit.
Screw was about all.
She tweaked the idle mixture just slightly, and it went away. Whatever that problem was, it went away.
A half a turn. I'm not sure why that much.
Well, you had the carburetor off. It could have got bumped or anything. And who knows what changed after we... Yeah, there's that car that... who was just saying that they like that? Luis, I think. There you go. This is also uh, from Inspector Bruce at a car show in Petaluma.
That's a killer looking sports car.
You know what that is? That's a GT40 Ford that he was just talking about. That Luis said that was his favorite car. And then it just happened to be the next picture I pulled up. That was not planned.
Mexican Spec asks, is Kim forgiven for making
Oh,
all
she
that?
was. I would have let it go just because I didn't care that much. But it needed to be done. And so, when she took the exhaust manifold off, everything broke, that wasn't her fault. So we fixed it. It only took like a week. So
Blue Grit Garage says, last night I was removing the headers on Anna's 67 Mustang with the 351 Windsor. It was so easy with the steering out, the headers just fell out the bottom.
oh yeah, with steering in there, I bet it'd make a difference. Isn't that the Mustang somebody put some goofy steering or something in there and you're gonna put it back to original? I think.
I do remember him talking about
Yeah,
that.
I think somebody put some kind of hokey oh, there's another one. Look at that. Man, why they got GT40s at the show? This is pretty good. Man, look at those headers. Look at the way those headers go.
Oh, nice.
I remember those things.
Luis watched the Jaws 3D movie from 1983. What was that, Jaws 2 or Jaws 3? That was in 3D. It's like the 50th anniversary of Jaws, so there's a lot of big hoopla about it. Sorry. I know that's not really car related, but it's nostalgic. Sorry. So which car is that? Is that a GT40 as well?
Yeah, it's also a GT40.
Man.
It says Ford GT, but it was 40 because the top of the original GT40, the top of the top was 40 inches off the ground.
Oh, dang.
It's a pretty low car.
Pitt liked the Ford first Ferrari movie. I saw a bunch of clips from the movie, like on YouTube shorts. They was just like endless clips from that movie. And it seemed like the actors were really good. It looked like a fun movie. I didn't watch the whole movie.
I need your help with the zoom issues on your.
My bad. I've got the wrong zoom for you. You're never going to be able to zoom out far
I
enough.
can't. Yeah, now I
Can you
can.
zoom in a little?
Yeah,
bit?
yeah, I can do that, but
I think that's workable.
I couldn't back out. Okay, now I'm into cars that Mexican Spec sent. He sent this.
It was Jaws 3. That was 3D. I didn't know Mexican Spec. It might have been a Jaws. It might have been like an off the series movie. I remember the one they were like in an underwater like aquarium kind of thing. Aquarium? It's not called an aquarium when it's underwater, but I don't know.
So this
Deep Blue Sea is a really cool underwater shark movie too.
So Mexican Spec started off with a 59. See, we're doing 59 to 69. It's a 59 Buick, and I remember these things. I had a model of one of these. It was remote control. And remote control then, there was wires and a thing that looked like a flashlight, and you push a button and it'd go, and you could make it go forward or backward. And when you turned it on, the headlights lit up. And it was a convertible. It was just like this, only I don't think it was green. But it drove around on the floor, and I was a little kid, so 59, I was 5 years old. And it drove around. I thought that was really cool. But it's a 59 Buick. Man, that's a big, heavy car. It just looks like that thing, it'd break the scales,
I'm sorry, guys. We're having a hard time keeping up with all the chat. It's going in 3 different directions at the same time. Gearhead, the GT40 Race is one of my favorite cars. The liquid carbon is beautiful. Hippie Long says 2. I don't know what that meant, but Gulf painted GT42. I don't know. Blue Grit says, yeah, they modified the headers to fit the rack, but then the factory steering box would not fit.
So you're putting, I think you said, I'm trying to pull this up from a video I watched of yours a while ago. I think you said you were putting it's a 67, but you're putting 68 stuff in it, which would be the same, except it has a collapsible column and some safer stuff. So you were going to do that. I think that's what you're doing. So this is a 1960 Cadillac.
Damn. That's a lot of car. Like if you were pulling up
What is front?
to the
It says
red
this-
carpet at the like at the opening of a Hollywood movie, you would want to pull up in this, right?
So let's see.
Like this is like star power, like
So
movie star
Pitt's saying
power.
that FWD front wheel drive spec. Which this car? If you're asking about this car, no. First front drive cars after the Cord, in the U.S. anyway, were the 1966 Olds Tornado. These are rear drivers.
All the thumbs up for Ford versus Ferrari. I mean, the clips that they showed were good. They were well acted and they were compelling. I just didn't. Honestly, I feel like I saw the whole movie. I think I probably did see all the best clips from the movie, but I don't know. It probably was. I don't know.
And then this is a 61 Ford Starliner. It looks like dark blue. I don't think it's black. I think it's dark blue. I had one exactly like that.
Really?
There was a same color, except mine had a blue interior, dark blue interior in it. It wasn't red, but it was identical to that.
A black car, groundbreaking.
So, but I think mine was dark blue, and it looked like it was about that color.
Oh, dark blue.
So it had a 406 in it that the guy bought it from it, put the 406 and a 4-speed in it, and I drove it around a little bit, and somebody offered me more money and more money and more money. He kept coming back, and I finally let it go. Yeah, I don't know. I look back on all the cars I had. It's like I should have kept that one. I should have kept that one. I should have
Can't
kept
keep them all.
But you
Well,
guys,
I mean, some people do. But
I always wanted one of those, and after I drove it, I was like, it wasn't that comfortable, and it was okay. Although I had a 60 Ford wagon that was comfortable. I don't know why I never really liked driving that car. I really don't, because it was
Mexican
very
spec
similar.
likes the diagonal fins.
Oh, so do I. 60,
Yeah.
1960 Ford had the fins that went straight out. 61 was like this. 62, the fins disappeared. But underneath, they were very, very much the same. The dashboards are almost the same. They were very, very similar cars. And I had a 60 wagon, I had a 61 Starliner, and I had two different 62 Galaxies. So I had one of each of those 3 years. I wouldn't mind having another one.
Pitt says it's the enamel paint that made those cars look like candy.
And then here's mine was that color, but it was kind of dull looking by the time I had it.
Urethane? I don't know. I don't know paint.
So
No.
it would have been urethane like many years later, but I think they came with enamel on them originally. So this next one from Mexican Spec, a 62 Pontiac. That's pretty nice.
Oh, it's got those wheels.
Yep, it's got the wheels with all the lug nuts at the big drums. It says you can put 6 bodies in that trunk. Is that all?
Did they make a lot of cop cars out of this body platform?
This one? Or
Yeah.
the Ford? Oh, this one? I don't remember seeing any, but that's just where I lived, What I remember
It has a very macho feel to the grill. It's like it's round, but it's also like square, very butch.
I remember big Fords and Chrysler products for police cars back when I was a kid.
What year is it?
62.
Okay.
Kevin Smith's
Okay.
here. Good evening.
That's a nice looking car. But it doesn't have the fins.
Yeah, that's pretty much over by 62.
And it's got the weird beak in the front.
Other than Cadillac, still had fins. Yeah, the beak. Remember Pontiac, 1959, came out of the divided grille. 60 was gone. 61, it was back, and they had it all the way till the end of Pontiac. They divided the grille. It's like that was Pontiac's thing.
Yeah, it's a very strong character element to the front of this car.
And then the next
The
one from
windshield doesn't seem right though. Go back.
Oh, go back.
Can you go back one?
Of course I can go back one.
Okay, I didn't know if you could.
Yeah.
The windshield doesn't look like it's the right one for that. I mean, obviously it's the
It
right,
is.
but
Yeah.
compared to the other style elements, the windshield looks slightly out of place. The way it does the thing on the side. Anyways, that's okay.
It's the same windshield as a Chevrolet in '62.
Oh, okay. Okay. They were reusing it. A styling element.
And then this one, '63 Plymouth from Mexican Spec. I think it's one of my favorites and one of his favorites. That looks just like my brother's car. My brother had a red '63 Plymouth, and that's when I ended up getting thrown in jail because I was driving it too fast.
Uh-oh.
I was 18 years old. Graduated from high school on Friday. Monday morning, I was in jail. Whoops. That was bad. That's what the pilot's license was good for. I could go out and scare that crap out of myself, and I couldn't get tickets, you know. And a couple of times I did, and I went, ooh, better not do that again.
Wow.
Yeah, Mexican Spec's got two of them. I saw the one, when you were walking around, I saw the crunch on the left front fender of that one.
This car is, I've never really seen this car.
Really? '63 Plymouth. I liked it because I liked those lights up in the fender tips. I always thought that looked good.
I mean, I'm sure
And it's a second year for the B-body. Chrysler B-body this is the beginning of it.
it's really unusual, the configuration with the headlights and the side markers.
The other thing about these cars, you kind of set low in them. And I always felt like the top was, it isn't a chopped top, but it kind of has that feel. When you're in it, you kind of set low, and the insert panel's a little bit higher. It has the push buttons over on the left side for the transmission. If you got an automatic, they handled exceptionally well. And I don't know, I have nothing but good memories for that car. But it was my brother's. So eventually he sold it. He sold it and bought a Toyota Corona.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
In the 60s, each manufacturer, in some ways they did follow trends, like the wings were in and then they were out and some things, but they still took a lot of value to try and all look differently. And it's just wild. And then the other thing is they didn't have to have, like, some were unibody, some were frame. The bumpers didn't have to meet certain standards. Like, they could just kind of like
Yeah, you grew up in all that.
They could style it the way they wanted to. And like by the 70s, it got to be where like they had to do something real similar because they were all trying to meet the standards that were like every year they were making the standards more and more nutso, and they had to just like do what they were being dictated to do. And it was actually like they had to make a lot of effort to be different, whereas this was still where they could just do what they wanted, you know.
So Mexican Spec, this car right here, this red '63, what that's back when the Savoy and the Belvedere and the Fury, they all looked the same to me. I don't know which trim level. They were all just different trim levels. I don't know which one this is.
See, like, this doesn't have any side markers. They're just front turn signals. And it looks like they're clear lenses. Are they like...
Side markers, 1968.
So, these turn signals...
Yeah.
They're the strangest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, I like them.
Is that like a Mexican thing, or is this...
No, that's how they work. And it's 63, and in the U.S., that was the first year they went to amber. So they lit up amber, which, besides being out on the fender tips, they were amber. I remember it so well because I thought, man, I thought that looked so good having those amber lights up on the fender tips. Thought it looked so cool.
That's wild.
And I always liked them. And then my brother bought one. I don't know why he bought it. It was just a car, you know. And he didn't care about cars. But I loved driving that thing. I used to hotwire it. When he didn't know I was driving it. He'd always let me drive it, but then if he wasn't around, I'd just hotwire it. And then the first time I did that, I was driving it for an hour or so, and I fried the points. It started running terrible. I got it home. I managed to get it home and take a file and clean the points up. Then it ran okay. But I learned that I couldn't just run around with I couldn't run around with the 12 volts going to the coil. Learned that the hard way. Mexican Spec says, Buff, look at the side trim. It is filled in, meaning it's a Belvedere. Okay, I can't remember which one is the Belvedere and which one is the Fury, which trim it is. I used to get my brother's. It was like this. It was a hard top, which means there's no post, I get it. First thing I do is roll all 4 windows down. And it just felt so cool driving around with big, wide open, no,
I'm sorry for asking dumb questions. I wasn't around when these cars.
yeah,
Up north where I'm at, all these cars are rusted out and gone. So I never saw anything like this around. Like it may be a car show, but I didn't go to a lot of car shows when I was a kid either.
Kim wasn't born until
Later.
12 years after this. So,
Okay.
and I was 9 years old when this came out. So, I remember them quite well because I was really into cars.
Aerodynamics is the reason we get like 35 miles per gallon in modern full-size cars.
One of the reasons.
Maybe 11 miles per. I mean, definitely driving a garage door down the track is not going to get you lots of gas mileage. But going from a pressurized system,
it's everything.
is going to give you excellent fuel atomization, and that really.
It's a little here,
difference.
Little here, little there.
Yeah, there's a lot of things. Weight reduction, although now all the cars are so darn heavy.
Points can kiss my butt. HEI, because these are cheap.
They really are.
I like points because of their mechanicalness, but
yeah.
I like driving when electronic ignition, works right.
Fix them with a flick. Tim says he sent pictures of his new and old 350s from his truck. Tim,
okay,
we'll get to
it. I got a lot of pictures here tonight.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I delayed things down. You can get moving again.
64 Chevy that's quite customized here. Mexican Spec sent that in. Normally those 3 taillights in each side, the center ones are white backup lights, but somebody's changed that and it's lowered in the nose.
Olive and Lester, welcome in. I'm sorry if you guys have made other comments that I missed, but and Scaled Innovations, welcome in.
I'd like to know what Scaled Innovations means. There's a place in Mojave called Scaled Composites, and I'm just wondering if you got anything to do with airplanes.
Wow, is this a clean looking car?
65 Pontiac.
Doesn't it look really nicely restored? Maybe it's just the contrast on that picture.
It looks better than they did when they were new. When they were new, they had lacquer paint without a clear coat, and they looked okay. But this looks better. I remember them real well.
All shined up and ready to cruise. That's a beautiful picture.
That's a 63 Mexican. Or 65, I mean, that's 65 Pontiac Bonneville wagon. 64 had the bumpers that were swooped under like that. Kim, you're not even ready. I was going to ask you to pull something up, but you're...
I am ready. I can pull stuff up.
Can you pull up 64 Pontiac wagon?
Okay.
Because I want to show the difference.
Sure, 64. Absolutely.
That's a 65. Okay. This is a 66 Grand Prix.
Okay, you want to go back to the wagon?
I'll go back to the wagon. Let's see here. Yeah, it's 65, has that style nose on it.
Okay. And then the 64?
Yeah, see how the front of the 64 looks? It's got the bumper that has the U-shaped bumpers underneath the stacked headlights. I like 64s. I like them a lot. But I think 65, I don't know which one I like better. The 67 is the one I really like, but they're all similar.
Okay. Move forward.
Okay, so what else here? So Kim was born when smog systems made most cars run like cheap. Probably like crap. We know what
cheap means.
So
yeah, by then they had smogged all the cars. Dropped the compression level, changed the timing. Yeah.
She was born the first year of the catalytic converter. And Scaled Innovation says he or she builds 124th, 125th scale models, mostly resto mods and pro touring cars. Man, that was my favorite scale, 125th. Built a few 124ths, mostly 125th. AMT, MPC, and Johans mostly. I built those when I was pretty young. We got to dig those out. We were talking about that last week. Yeah. There's a 66 Grand Prix with the taillights Inside little grill things. 67 Tornado.
Tornado.
I like the 66 better, but they're both very similar. Yeah, can you pull up a 66 Tornado? Get a front view, something like that?
Yeah.
Because the 66 and 67, the headlights are different. Now, Jay Leno, he claims his is a 66, but it's a 67 that he put a 66 nose piece on. I'm trying to get it here, Paul. There's one, that gold one right there.
This gold one?
Yeah, that'll work. It's a little different angle, but it'll show it. Okay, see the headlights? They're flush. Those headlight covers are flush. In the 66, they had those slots above them. And I think that looks so good. And that they also, the bumper had a matching set of slots. And I think the 67 was just, here we go with ads. I think the 67 was a better looking car. But that's just my opinion. Scaled says, I have a 57 Bel Air Pro Tour I'm working on, as well as a 66 GTO, 67 Chevelle SS396. Yes, Pitt. Got pictures of your cars or cars you're interested in? Yeah, send them to the. Can you put the email, Kim? Just will. Oh,
Yeah,
you have.
put it in
I don't
there.
know. I guess you might have my email.
That's all right. I'll put it up there.
Put it up there anyway. And this is 68 Ford. Mexican Spec really likes these. He sent these in. He likes all these hidden headlights, and I think that 68. I think the Ford hidden headlights are really good. Didn't Jay Leno basically put a Tornado on a C5? They built their own frame and used a C5 Corvette. May have been a C6 Corvette. They used like an LS7 or an LS9 or something. Yeah, that was a extremely fast car.
If you can, you must send us pictures of your models. We'd love to see them. If we can show them on the stream, we'd love to have them. And there's a lot of people I know in the chat who enjoy it. It seems like an obscure hobby nowadays, but I think there's still a lot of people that just they enjoy it.
Jay's was built from the ground up, rear driver. I remember him in that thing with 4 people in it on some racetrack cruising along at 120 miles an hour and him just sitting there like just kind of guiding it along with his fingertips. It was quite a car.
Paul Pajui's asking about a movie with a 66 Tornado in it. Is there anyone that comes to mind? Anybody?
I'm not
Vintage
sure.
Adventurer Drives got a Lend Nation ad. Apparently they think I'm poor. Maybe.
They think you're able
Did
to
they
pay it
lend
back.
money to poor people? Yeah, they must think that they can get you to pay it back, right? Anyways, thank you to Lend Nation for sponsoring our kilobytes. All the kilobytes per second. Dougster's Wolverine Garage is here. Have no fear. The Dougster is here.
Man, I spent I was in his live. Well, I came in a few minutes late, but then I was in for a couple hours last night. Yeah, this looks just like a 69 Impala, but it's not. It's a Caprice. It's got the hidden headlights.
Oh.
And the Caprice had that back window, that formal back window instead of that big long.
This isn't what I think of when I think of a Caprice. I think of like a 90 Caprice.
Yeah. So
my mom had one.
This was Mexican Spec doing 59 through 69. I'm going to get back to my email because I know I'm missing.
Thank you, Mexican Spec. Mexican Spec compiled a bunch of pictures of his favorite cars from each year. So that was really cool.
Okay,
those are some nice, high quality pictures too. So thank you, Mexican Spec, for taking the extra time to pull up some pictures and.
For those of you who haven't been sending emails in the past, when you send an email in, please,
help us out.
Please put your name that's on that's your screen name,
so we know who you are.
So I'm not reading off your real name and have no clue who you are.
We'll tell them what the car is and the personals Oh,
Okay.
no, it's...
No, this one I know who
Oh,
it
it
is.
says.
I know who this
Oh,
one
okay,
is.
okay. That's just like a warning in case.
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
haven't done it
I just
before.
something I thought of. Like everybody.
Yeah, we usually say that. The
everybody
movie
do
was
that.
titled "Kill Me 3 Times." All right. I don't. It sounds like a spy movie,
This is
or
from
maybe an action movie.
Paul but Chewy.
Is this his car, or is this just
Well,
something he
it's
saw
not.
that
It's
he
not
liked?
59 through 69, so I assume it's his car.
Something he likes, he saw. Is it a Grand National Buick?
It's
No.
a T type. It's a Regal T type.
It's a Regal.
It's an 87. Oh, he said it's his son's car.
It looks good. It's got some. It's got. I like how it says Buick on the under hood insulation.
Wait a minute.
That's a really nice finish detail. Has it been all redone, or is it a survivor car?
What is this Papa Dewey made in Australia? What's made in Australia? What did I miss?
Maybe the movie called "Kill Me 3 Times."
Oh,
He was talking about the movie with a tornado in it.
this is also Papa Dewey. This is his Oldsmobile
Omega.
Omega, I think. I'm trying to do all this. Yeah, my 73 Omega last week.
Looks
Yeah, that's
good.
pretty nice. And I like Novas and all the different Nova. The body styles are where those Novas. I like them a lot.
Oh, and it says, see how it says motion photography? Did they have a photographer walking around at the car meetup taking really nice pictures? Is that how you got this? Because that is a nice picture. Nice bright contrast and stuff like that. And there was a guy at that last place we were at, Pontiac Ventura, and next to it says Hippie Long.
And then
I assume somebody unmudded it. The movie. No more. Oh man, I'm sorry.
can't keep up with it, right?
I'm reading backwards like a dummy, and now I'm.
Oops, what happened there? This is Tim's. Oh, look at that. He's got a No Name Nationals banner hanging up. That's pretty cool.
Yes, he does.
See, we got No Name Nationals hanging up.
We got that banner.
These are his engines that he's for his truck.
Before and after. He's got upgraded intake manifold, aluminum intake manifold.
Oh,
HEI
who is this?
distributor.
Who is this? Oh, I can figure it out.
Is it the models?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember the name now because he's got his real name on here, and I don't want to.
231.
It's scaled. It's scaled. I don't remember his whole name on here. Maybe you can read all that. I'm like really trying to keep up with this. I've got a lot of emails. Lots of emails. Okay, the models.
Mexican Spec says, when I worked at the Chevy dealer in 87 to 88, there wasn't much talk of the Grand National or any turbo cars. That all came later. I think that's interesting.
Yeah, that looks like kind of the end of that Corvette run. Don't know what year those are. C3 Corvettes.
Car not included.
What is this? What is this? Oh, vintage. This is vintage. You know who Vintage is? He's the guy that has a Pinto wagon in Oklahoma. He drives it around for his shop vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why he sent this. He says, my next boat. Oh, this is silliness. Imagine drunk driving this. What? Why you send this? Well, vintage, you definitely sent a different one.
It's a wiener boat.
Okay. Is
It's
that kind of like the Oscar Mayer Wiener mobile, except it's a wiener
it's a
boat?
boat.
Okay, well, so while that's going, I'm downloading more from
It's a water wiener.
Scaled Innovations. I couldn't remember Innovations.
Oh, it's a 3D printed model.
3D printed.
That Corvette.
Oh. Okay, then we'll move on to scaled. Oh, that's a Chevelle, okay.
Tim says his motor is a brand new GM Performance 350 with 357 horsepower, complete from flex plate to all accessories on the front. Brand new. That's awesome. That's going to be fantastic. I'm glad for you. Your truck will be a joy to drive again, better than new.
Oh, 57 Nomad.
Oh, slick. That'd be cool. Why is it riding so high? Is that something that
I guess it looks cool.
Okay.
I don't know. That looks like a Grand Prix, but I'm not sure.
Makes me want a hot dog real bad.
Okay, back to my email.
Not really, but I said it because it's whimsical.
Louis says it's a toy car. They're models. They're 1/25th scale models.
Oh,
look at the wheels.
Scaled Innovation says he 3D prints his own parts.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's neat. The things that you can do nowadays. It used to be you had to buy a kit. Now you could just download a kit and 3D print the whole thing. If you think about it, how hard would it be?
There's people doing this stuff.
Nice. And you could change the scale. And if you wanted like bigger, like donk wheels, you could just scale them up in CAD. Just imagine all the things you can do now.
They're not toys. Well, my full-scale cars are toys. Even my daily driver. This, Buddy Carafano sent this in representing 1959, which is a Ford Consul and a Zodiac. I think those are German Fords. Oh, and a Zephyr. Ford using the Zephyr name. Man, glad my Zephyr doesn't look like that.
Oh, my older brother he built models, and I mean he's the kind that when he built airplanes and cars, and when he assembled them right, he would take and then he would use the putty, like the mini Bondo, and Bondo the seams, and he would like sand them down perfectly, and like, you know, he spent many hours building something. And my younger brother, who's 5 years younger than me, so like 8 years younger than him, just launched it out the window to see if it would fly, smash, you know? Played with the models like they were toys, destroyed them. My brother was... I'm surprised he didn't kill him. I don't know why he didn't kill him. He repaired most of them, but they were never quite as good as they were the first.
Kevin Smith said got Barilla ads.
Oh, Barilla pasta?
I don't know what that is. Is that what that is?
I don't know. It's food. Yeah.
Kick
ass.
And this
2 points for your Barilla ad. Thank you to the pasta people for supporting the stream.
Buddy Carafano then sent in this for 1960. He sent in some ones that we just never saw in this country. 1960 Chevy. Can't read it. Chevrolet pickup from Brazil. Man, yeah, there's just, it looks like a Chevrolet, I guess, but it's obviously different. But it has that Chevrolet look.
It's got really weird fenders. Like, look how the fenders
and for
wrap around underneath.
For 1960, yeah, and look at the back fenders, look like a Studebaker or something. Yeah, it's different. 61. Let's see what he sent in for 61. Oh, he's getting his stuff from down under. Holden, 1961. Where's Dean Stevenson?
Oh, remember we were talking about cars from the Southern Hemisphere.
Yep, that's what I said.
Nice work.
I wonder what Dean Stevenson is. And Tavo, this is it was Dean Stevenson's father had a Holden that was about this era.
Oh, that's right, Kevin. I'm sorry. They are doing that now, putting ads over top of the chat. Have you seen that yet? No, because you're at
No,
YouTube's.
I didn't know they did that.
Oh, they just started doing it. It's kind of obnoxious. I'm sorry, guys. I can't. We have. I don't know that we have that much.
We don't have any control over
We
that.
don't have like granular control over how they list it. It like blocks out the chat. It's really a pain.
Why?
Because they're desperate to
They're
make you look
desperate.
at the ads. They need more monies. I mean, they have to get their message out to you. They don't want you to miss it.
Buddy Carfano since '62 Chevy Impala.
Luis had Taco Bell and Pepsi for dinner. I'm a little jealous, Luis. That sounds good. Even though it's not. It's like crummy, cheap, pseudo Mexican food. But oh, and look, Paul Pajuli had Taco Bell and root beer. Everybody's at it. It's like the hottest day of the year. They're all eating fast food and soda pop. You guys better drink some water.
Oh man, here's a good one.
Oh, why is that picture so great?
It was small.
Oh,
And then this one,
This
you
one
can
looks
probably
much
shrink it
better.
down a little bit. I remember when these came out. Bonanza, the TV show Bonanza, every year when the new cars came out, the Chevrolet was the only commercials they had on Bonanza. So when the cars came out, when they were introduced, like late September, they had a Bonanza run all the way through with no commercials until the last 10 minutes. So the show would end, and then there'd be the introduction of the new Chevrolets. And I remember it was late in '62, and they showed, and then the Cartwrights, who were the stars of the Bonanza show, would each drive one of the new Chevrolets out. And I remember this the '63 Corvette coming out, and that was just stunning. It's like, and they called it the Stingray. It was just the coolest thing I'd ever seen.
Lexer says, now I get to play with real cars.
Yeah, my real cars are toys.
You know
though.
what? That's a really
Oh,
great.
oh.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're.
That's
you
a
made
really great.
you made my mouse
That's
go
a
crazy.
really great thing about you bringing me here, is that you have enough space that I get to have some real cars. Because I was
You
like,
got too many.
I was under a bridge building my van.
We got to do something about this yard. It's getting it looks
Well,
like a junkyard.
Yeah.
We got to line it up so it doesn't look like it. So it looks like a organized parking lot, not like a junkyard.
We have some work to do. We absolutely do. But yeah, I guess someday when I'm too old to tinker with the real thing, I'll probably go back. Hopefully, I'll be able to go back to building models. I don't know. I don't know if my eyes will hold up long enough for that.
Pitt says I ain't a Grand Theft Auto, but I might steal that. You know my granddaughter. She was probably 2 years ago, so she was like what 16 or 17. In Grand Theft Auto, they have that thing going on the screen up there, and they're sitting there on the couch, and I'm sitting there watching it, and she steals a Learjet, and she's flying the Learjet around. Of course, she's not a pilot, so she's going like she's going to go under a bridge or something. I'm watching what she's doing. I'm going like, don't do that, don't do that, and she crashed it, And I'm like, man. And then I'm thinking, oh, what difference does it make? It's just a game.
It's a video game.
It's just a video game.
My thing is
I'm
when people
freaking
drive
out,
in real life like it's Grand Theft Auto. And I'm telling you, that's who's raising the kids these days is video games. It's all these video games and rock and roll music.
So,
Just
Buddy Carfano
yeah,
sent in one for every year. The '64 Ford, man, I like those '64 Fords.
pretty good one.
And I'm still pulling them. Let's see here.
Took 24x8 sheets of magnesium. Magnesium. Did I say that out loud?
Magnesium.
Magnesium to build that aerolith. Did you know that?
20.
Did you already run past that car?
Oh, no, I don't know what that was, Kevin Smith. What did I miss? Okay, that's too high, Kim. Let me see what I can do here.
I can fix
That's
it.
a 65 Olds
442.
Oh, 442. Okay. That was a nice looking car. Although I'm not really into convertibles, but I like the body style.
Yeah, that's a nice looking car. I would prefer to have a hard top though. I'm really not into convertibles. I don't know why, but I don't really.
It says I stole that plane too.
I mean, I think that's the point of the game, is that you can steal anything you want and do whatever you want with it. Because you don't own it, so you don't have to protect it or treat it nice or learn anything. Yeah. You can do all the things that you can't actually do in real life. Like that's the point of the game.
Now Mexican spec for his
It's
60
like being Godzilla.
Mexican spec for his 66 car sent in a 66 Grand Prix, a black one, showing it from the rear. And Buddy Carvajal sends in a black 66 Grand Prix from the front. Could even be the same car.
That's a big car.
Yeah, they are. They're big.
The stacked headlights are really classic.
My favorite one is a 67. Look up 67 Bonneville and see see if you can get one that's the front. Oh, so who's leaving? Scaled's leaving? I need to take off duties. You're all off when I get done, everyone. Have a great night. Okay, Scale, thanks for stopping by and thanks for sharing.
Yeah, thanks for sending pictures in. Please stop back. We'll be in the shop, I don't know, later this week someday. I'm not sure what days. We have obligations now, it seems like.
Any one of those from the front, Kim?
Oh, that's right. I have to press more buttons.
You have to press more buttons. Now, I like the stacked headlights on the 67. I really like the stacked headlights on the 67. And I had a white one, so. You see how they are? They're like, two of the lights are in the bumper, and two of them are like up above the bumper in some weird looking little contraption things. I just think that looks so good.
That car is wild because the picture's taken from down low and the back end of that car's a little bit low.
Hippie Long says everyone should own a convertible once. I had a 66 Mustang convertible, 66 Mustang GT convertible for a while. Worst car I ever had because I was from Central California, so I didn't know what rust was. And I got it, and it was, I think it was a Minnesota car, I think. But man, you could put your foot through the floor. You had to be careful driving that thing. And I ended up selling it pretty quickly. Okay, I'm going to bring up another one for Buddy Carafano, but you're going to have to change your thing over there.
I brought it back. There we go.
And that is a 67.
It's Angelica.
Eldorado, but it looks terrible because I have it. It's just zoomed in too far because the picture. It's a small picture, and maybe if you make it look smaller, Kim, it might look better. I don't know. I can't do it.
Looks about the same.
It looks about the same.
Not as high quality.
Just not a high quality photo.
But, that's okay. And not every picture is as good.
And then 68 Chevelle was a 68 pick. And 68 Chevelles had I really liked the dashboards on them. It was a 1-year dash. Had square instruments kind of set back in the dash. It was the only year they did it, and it really looked good. I had a 67 El Camino, or 68 El Camino for a short period of time. And I really liked the 68 Chevelle.
Mexican Specs was stolen in 1988.
What was that? Which one is this? Which one are you talking about? Which one is he talking about was stolen? What interior does that have? My white one was stolen in 88. Are we talking about the... Okay, what was last?
You're moving fast enough that sometimes it's...
Oh, that's not what I wanted.
No, it's definitely not the car that you had up there last.
Oh, this one.
The
Don't know. Do you know the license number? Because it's got a black plate on it, which might be the same plate. After it's stolen, did you get paid for it? Did you have insurance on it? What happened? Or it just disappeared? You never saw it again.
Kevin Smith says, I sent links to the handmade Bugatti so everyone can see it. It cost like $15 million to build it.
Who said this?
Kevin Smith.
Okay, I haven't seen it up here yet. I don't
Guess
think.
it was made out of all magnesium.
And for 69, Buddy Carafano sent this in. Whoops, that was a mistake.
Sure was.
I botched that up. I'm going to just close it and start over with, oh man, did I screw that up. How do I fix this?
Just X. Keep doing it.
Sorry, everybody, I botched that up.
Wah, 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 wah.
Okay, let's try it again. I don't know, I mouse button push wrong or something. There. 69 Judge.
The car was never found. That means it might still be around. Or it got all chopped up.
They might have taken it to Mexico. Where were you? You were in the LA area? Probably ended up in Mexico. You might find it where you live now. Gee, be funny if it came up on his list of cars for sale. Wait a minute, that's mine.
Vintage Adventurer Drives asks, does anyone have recommendations on a decent brake line flaring tool? I know that Junkyard Digs and Pole Barn Garage both use this weird hydraulic double flare tool, but I don't remember the name of the company that sells it. But if you go to Junkyard Digs and Pole Barn Garage, I know the most recent Pole Barn Garage where he was working on the station wagon, and he was using his flaring tool, and he said the name of it. I just have like the cheapy kind, and I'm really good with it because I've used them for decades. But I don't know that I recommend one. They're just the cheap way of making a flare. So those are your choices. The Judge. That's a killer looking car.
When those
especially
came
in
out, I
orange.
thought that looked really silly because it said the Judge and all this stuff, and not too many cars had all this big writing and stuff on them. I thought it looked really silly, but it became one of those cars that a lot of people liked.
What is Beck's real name? So we can just type his name. His real name's everybody calls him Mexican Spec. There is no other name. So people have been calling him Mexican Spec in the chats for as long as I've been following anybody who works on cars.
Ari's here. Turbo Del Campo, he says.
Pitt says my dad wrapped the Judge around a light pole. Every time we drove past it, he'd say, "We own that. Here's your inheritance." Poor guy.
Ari says Turbo Del Campo and Kim RPM. That's the first time I've heard that.
Ari Darbin. Welcome, Ari.
Well, if you break the light pole and your insurance pays for it, I guess you own the light pole. I don't know. Or maybe you had to pay for it.
No.
No insurance.
You're just replacing their light pole. It's everybody's light pole, honestly. Mexican Spec is a pseudonym. Yeah. It says Mexican Spec on his birth certificate.
Says Mexican Spec on his birth certificate. And his wife's name is what? Mrs. Mexican Spec or Mrs. Spec or something like that? Mrs. Mexican Spec. Ah, vintage. Speaking of Pole Barn Garage, I got to see one of his new projects today. I went to the local junkyard, and apparently the 68-ish Pontiac Tempest on this rollback is destined for Pole Barn. Huh.
I'm not surprised. He does love a good Pontiac. Cool. You got the sneak peek. That's really cool. We got to meet him at the first No Name Nationals.
Oh, it's funny. I didn't even know who he was.
His brother and his kid.
I'd never watched him.
He had the Holy Goat there that first year.
I never watched him. And
that was cool.
I just met Kim, and Ken introduced me to him. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, his table was right beside ours at dinner. at Lambert's, and yeah, that was cool. It was like,
Oh,
oh, famous peoples.
is 38 Racing in here yet?
He
No.
wasn't terribly famous yet. Like his channel was blowing up, but it wasn't like he had been famous. Like, you know, like by then, like somebody like Vice Grip Garage, he wouldn't have even come to an event like that. But Dalton, he was like, well, let's check it out. But then the next year he went to Duct Tape Drags because more famous, sir.
Paul's taken off. Okay, good night. Thanks for being here. And then that's the reason I was asking 38's here, because Buddy Carfano sent this, which is a 59 Chevy, which is what 38 Racing has, like a fleet of them.
Mean Street Mopar also knows my name. Oh, there is a secret name other than Mexican Spec that some people know. I'll never tell. Kevin Smith says he's paid for a few poles back in his drinking days. Oh, hitting a pole sounds horrible. Wow. Oh my gosh. I can't even fathom the headache. I mean, I can, because I hit a pole one time, but it wasn't drinking. I just had bald tires. I forgot about the time I hit a pole. Gosh.
So here's this magnesium body. We got ads coming in, but the picture didn't turn out. He sent me a blank picture.
What happens if you click on it? Is it a movie?
Nothing happened. Oh, it's a YouTube connect. No, I'm not going to play somebody else's video. Sorry.
Sorry, guys. Check that out. We could put a link, maybe.
I don't know. If you send me a YouTube video, I'm not going to play somebody else's YouTube video for our video for a couple of reasons. One thing, it takes too long. And the second thing is there's copyright issues. It's their video. So, you know, it's like, that isn't going to happen. Let's see here.
Like, it's not like oh, we're so mad. It's just like, it
just
doesn't work.
Can't do it.
It doesn't fit the format we do.
Oh,
John Hart is here, says, hi, Buff and Kim.
Hey, John Hart.
Hi.
He lives right up the road here. He's a local guy.
Super friendly guy.
And here's some Chinese car that's like from the 60s. And that has that 60s look, but it has that Chinese look. Wow.
Wow, it sure does. That's crazy.
I thought it was a Chevy at first. And I go, no, wait a minute. That's something else.
Yeah. A little bit Soviet, but I see that, yeah. Huh.
I have no idea what it is.
That's wild.
I have no idea what kind of car that is. Oh, Buddy Carfano's sending more stuff. More stuff. Let's see what else we got here. Oh.
Oh,
a
already
Fiat.
got advertisements. He got a TikTok shop blower dryer ad and finasteride men's hair growth. You know, though, you never know why they send you that kind of stuff. That's funny that you got that ad. You never know what you're going to get. You know, it's
the first time I've seen him say he's Iranian. He always says he's Persian because that's Persian, you know, but he's born and grew up here. So he's Persian.
But he's got hair. That's all right. That's good news. You don't have to try and grow it. Anyways, you get 2 points for telling us about your advertisement. I don't know if I missed anybody else, but if you told us about your advertiser, you get 2 points. And we do that to encourage people to tell us about advertisements because we like to thank our advertisers because it pays for all the kilobits per second. Okay, moving along.
Well, I see here, Vintage says he's gained 3 subscribers since he got on the stream. That's good. The newest short is working. Who'd have thought half a Firebird would gain me watchers? You know, I am really surprised. I did one. What was the one I did last week? And it got like 10 or 11,000 hits right away.
You can't even guess what it's going to be.
And it was like,
got to do it.
It was like something like, it's like, why is this getting so many hits?
Oh, John was using his swimming pool today. This is a good day to take a dip in the pool. He has a nice swimming pool. He has a big deck out back, like right out his back door. You immediately go on the deck, and there's like a big patio. He's got a smoker and his grill, and some deck chairs, nice fenced in yard, big pool. That guy's got it set up.
What's Vintage saying? I'm 25 and I have taken, I don't know what that is.
Finestera. I think that's for hair growth.
Oh.
Some people, so I guess it's a thing with men, if their hair it thins, they feel really insecure about it. And other men sometimes, I don't know. So they have pills that help some people. It works for some people, it doesn't work for other people.
Hippie want to put up a Vietnam flag? Why? There's another Vietnam flag that's yellow and it's got some stripes on it. That was the one I always thought was Vietnam, although now it's this one.
Dr. Art said hello.
Oh, Dr. Art's here. What how I missed that.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
He just said hello so far. I think.
There he is. Yep.
Welcome to the stream. Dr. Art's Hot Rod Rehab. He regularly streams on Monday nights. And Dr. Art, if you are looking to recalibrate your engine computer, on like if you're adding a turbo or putting a cam in or changing, just changing around the configuration on your engine, and you want to retune your computer to get the most out of your new setup, Dr. Art is the go-to guy in our car community. I don't know anybody else that I would know and trust to talk to about that stuff, and he streams on Monday nights. And he's on with Tony some nights too, but I'm not sure what nights they do.
Yeah, they moved
around.
their nights around.
You got to try and mix it up sometimes. Is it Thursdays? It must be Thursdays. I'm sorry, I don't know, Dr. Art. Tell us. It's perfectly within. Tell us what nights you're on with Tony.
This is really small. Can you zoom it or something?
Oh, it is tiny. Is it a little French car?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Italian or something. I don't know what it is.
Italian.
It's something that Buddy Carfano sent in. But I'm gonna put up the next one he sent in because that one's just. Oh, here's one that Mexican spec will like this because it has hidden headlights. Kevin Smith, save money on shampoo. Oh, Ari says Friday nights now. It's on Friday nights now.
I mean, or you can wear a hat, or you can just go bald, or wear a wig. I don't know. We all do whatever we like to make ourselves feel confident and powerful. And I don't think you have to have hair to be attractive or confident, but some people want to keep as much hair as they can. I don't know. I'm not very real judgmental about it. It's just
I'm 71 and my brother's 70.
Yeah.
Is that right? Oh, he's 69.
Okay.
He'll be 70 next month. But when we were teenagers, he was already doing a comb over thing because most of his hair was gone. I still have hair, and I got to get it cut often because it grows fast. Same parents, same everything. Don't know why. Buff the head and move on. Polish it.
I mean,
I know the guy.
Keep it as long as you can, and then when the day comes, you just.
In the Air Force, we were supposed to have short hair, groomed and everything, but we were not supposed to have shaved heads. So, this guy had shaved head, but what happened was he had just couple little spots of hair. So when you get it cut the proper length, it looks stupid. So he just shave it. So he was always had to prove that he was bald. He wasn't trying to be something else. Tim says, did I just hear Kim say she wears a wig?
I have worn wigs, yeah.
Oh,
I have
you
some,
have?
I
Okay,
have some
I've never
different
seen you wear a wig.
I probably.
Can I pull your hair? No.
Yeah. It's not a. It's a wig. No, this is not a wig. But I absolutely have worn wigs. Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. And you can
and that is a GTX
try
model.
out different colors and styling and like braids or or I don't know, lots of whatever, like, where people will get extensions. I don't have any of that right now, but this is just a phase. One of these days, I'll probably have it much shorter, but like, it looks, I don't know, it looks pretty to have long hair, don't you? Most people seem to like it. It's a lot of work taking care of long hair, though, with the brushing.
Kevin said my uncles were bald. It's like she has. Friggin' offensive. What? She has. Friggin' offensive typo. My bad. What did he say? Oh, he has wigs. She has wigs, yeah. So that's
It's just a typo.
so.
The flow is real, right? This is real hair. I even have like
So
it doesn't
Tim,
matter. Whatever. Go ahead. What's up?
I
Need a break?
I need a break.
Oh, okay.
So you are in charge.
Oh, who's
and we've got a model. This is Buddy Carfano put up a model of 67 GTX, but you can bring up something else, whatever you want to do.
Okay. I'll just check in with the chat.
Okay, I'll be back.
Ari's pops turned 70 this year. I'm probably Ari's age then. All my uncles were bald. I mean, in my mind, somebody who just owns being bald, that's very confident to me. I don't think bald people are particularly ugly, you know? And then there are women who are bald. Oh man, I had a classmate who her mother was very bald, and she started having baldness in like high school, in like junior high, and she was like traumatized. It really was scary, and she hated the fact that she was bald, because women are expected to have hair, and I guess women who experience balding, it's a very they don't like it. They don't want to be that. Anyways, can I put a functional question to this esteemed panel, Kim? I need a consult. Of course, yeah, we're here. The chat, you guys, most of the time you guys are self-sustaining, so ask away. I will try and read. Tim had long hair back in the Woodstock days. Most of it migrated to your back. Hippie Long says going bald was not cool till the 90s when Costner and Bruce Willis shaved. Yeah. Confident bald actors can definitely normalize different hairstyles, you know? Just like beards were not a thing for a really long time. Now, like a lot of the men wear beards. Oh, your dad turns 51. He has good hair. He's thin. He's in better shape than you are, and he races dirt bikes and three-wheelers. Pitt wears skull caps and a ponytail. It works. Yeah, if you're comfortable with it. The Ant Bully. I never watched that. That's a kid's movie. Easier to be bald. Imperfect heads have it. That's right. Hair is nice because you can cover up a funny shaped noggin. Bruce Willis as Spike. Oh my gosh! We inadvertently did this. Connected to Luis's favorite genre of cartoons, which is Rugrats, and Bruce Willis does the Spike voice. And Bruce Willis owns his bald head. There you go. See, there's a connection. It's wild. Okay. Pitt says my brother-in-law threw a used trans in my nephew's 99 Ranger. I told him not to. I told him to at least let me throw in some seals and a mild shift kit. He didn't. Shifts are slow, then slow, then bam, it smacks into gear. Is it worth the time and effort to throw a shift kit into it now? I mean, is a shift kit for that transmission? Is that just a valve body? I mean, yeah, I would think if it's slow shifting, but then it shifts hard, a shift kit might correct that. Yeah, because it's not gonna last if it's shifting wrong. Are you sure that's not like a kickdown cable adjustment kind of thing? Like, is it sliding into shift, or is it just taking a really long time to shift? So if it might just be adjustment. Check to make sure you have an adjustment before you start taking it apart. And I don't know for the Ranger specifically. I don't know the transmission well enough to tell you. John Hart says I had hair longer than yours, Kim, until 2013. That's right. And John did the...
Really? I can't imagine it with long hair.
Yeah.
I can't get situated.
He was doing... he was the karaoke host with the most. And he had the long hair. And I could see him having long hair. It's fun for a while. Luis, I'm not gonna yarn Rugrats. We're talking about cars.
I might be able to do this. I can't zoom it in that far. You're gonna have to do some adjustment here.
No, that's the big one. I don't think there's... I think I can go...
Oh, there, yeah, you got that. That's all I need.
That's good enough?
Yeah, because it's cut off on the ends anyway. But this is John Hart, I think. Is that John Hart? Who sent that in?
Oh, yeah.
No, it's Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith, I'm sorry. Kevin Smith sent that in.
I think Hippie Long's suggestion is solid. Is go to the Ford Ranger site. I think Ranger Station.
Ranger Station is the name of the site?
I think it is. I don't know if they do anything but yeah, or search by the model of the transmission. And that's going to give you a better idea if the kit is... The two kits are less than $59. There's a new valve body plate, or you can drill the old one. Yeah, definitely check the cable adjustment. And then, put the kit in. Save the clutches. Because a weak shift is hard on the clutches. I don't know, though. Okay. Kevin Smith, I'm saving model car photos till we have a model car night.
What is this?
Oh, that makes sense, Kevin Smith.
Okay, yeah, but he sent one in, which is this 01 Thunderbird.
Hippie Long says it sounds like low fluid. Well, you'd think they checked that first, wouldn't you?
Okay, now we got to fix this again. It's chop the top off the car. Kim.
Well, you told me I had to move it up.
I know, but it's a different picture. There, okay.
Man, that's a sharp-looking car.
Boss 429 Mustang, 1969. I remember those. They're fast. You added the fender skirts, okay. John Hart saying, got to see you later. Have a good night. Thanks for coming by.
Pitt got several dozen trans builds under his belt. I think we have an 88 Ranger transmission sitting out there. And it was weird, but I know the kickdown cable was like melted and jammed up. And the previous owner didn't know nothing. They just wanted rid of it. And we just wanted the engine, so I didn't try and fix it. But I think maybe the whole problem was the kickdown.
I think Buddy Carfano sent this in for you.
Oh, what's the extra stuff on the...
Never seen that. Well, maybe I've seen it, but I'm just not aware of it. But
this looks a lot like my 66. A lot.
It is a 66.
But it's in the scallops on the front fenders. It's got these...
You don't have those little
Helios.
darts on your dart.
These darts. I don't have them on my car. But I got all the other trim, I guess.
Yeah, Kim and I went up to Maryland. What? It's been a couple of years now.
Yeah.
Year and a half, maybe 2 years.
2.
We went up there to get the Jeep and to get... I had a bunch of stuff still in California, Maryland. So we went up there and there was one of those Thunderbirds from a local car dealer. And the guy had it in the same gas station we were in there. And he wouldn't give me a price on it. It was a black, like an 02 probably, Thunderbird. Man, did I like that car, but he couldn't come up with a price. So we just got it in. I don't know.
Good night, John. Thanks for stopping in. I'm sorry.
He didn't know what he wanted for it. He says, we just got it in. I said, man, this is nice. But he drove off and we drove off. Kevin Smith, fender skirts are made from Bondo. Tim says, I have a friend that has one of those newer T-Birds. He just got a kit to make it look like a 56. You know, I always thought that'd be cool. I thought about making a kit to make it look like a 56 or 7. I didn't know anybody did it. Oh, man, yeah, send some pictures. I think that'd look really good with the 56 taillights on it. And I thought that'd be just slick as shit. Build some fiberglass parts you just put on there and mold them in. Wow. And somebody did it. Newer T-Birds are way too expensive. Yeah, and they had Jaguar engine in them. Oh, I wish they'd had like just a standard old 302 Ford, 5-liter. Oh, there's more. I kind of like that. I was leaving that up there because we have one. Kim, where's that? Oh, no, you made a video of it. She made about a 5-minute video.
Yeah, I'm going to put it out
we left the shop and walked down here before the live, and we made a 5-minute video with me walking around the dart and then her walking around showing her dart. So,
yeah,
she'll
so
put
there's a
that
brief
up.
video
She'll put
about
that
my
up
66 Dodge Dart. I've made videos about it before, but just because we were talking about cars from the 60s, I thought I'd make it, and I don't know. It's clunky. It wasn't well planned out, and I don't know if I was doing very good camera work. And we were both hot and sweaty and in a hurry, so. But I'm going to put it out anyways. You don't have to watch it. Make mean comments. Only mean comments about it. He hates mean comments, so make some mean comments. The new T-Birds were way too expensive. Even now, they're pretty expensive. There's one here in Clarksville that I liked.
What is that?
Before I got the cars that I have now. The Ford Thunderbirds.
Oh.
The new ones, the convertible ones. They're really pretty looking little car. And I really liked them, but I couldn't justify the cost.
Who was it said?
One.
Somebody here. 57 Thunderbird from American Graffiti. Yeah, that was a white one. It was pretty nice. Scale. There's been a kit out for for C5 vets, turning them into the first gen 53. Yeah, I saw that was a pretty good looking car. Mexican spec doesn't like it. Hey, can you look up Corvette, a 789 Corvette? This is another one Mexican spec won't like it, but I like it. A 789. What they did was they took the same thing. I think it was a C5, might have been a C6 Corvette, and they made the front look like a 57, the middle look like a 58, and the back look like a 59. And you might,
And they used the Corvette windshield.
it's a whole Corvette. It's just body panels put on it.
Oh, I don't like it.
Scroll down a little bit. Scroll down a little bit. See look at the fastback top on it. And when they produced these, they didn't do any color combination the same. If you ordered one, you got your colors, and they wouldn't do two of them the same. Look at 57 Chevy front end on the Corvette. I don't know. It's like
I like the front end.
Somebody did a lot of work. Look at the back. See if there's a picture from the back showing it from the back. Sort of. You can't really see it from the back. It's like
I like this color on. I like that gold inlay on the white. That's really pretty.
I can't believe there's no pictures of it from the back. Oh, there you go. That's in the back. That looks like, you know who'd like that? 38 Racing. He's got a yard full of 59 Chevys.
Black in the back.
Yeah. So anyway, that was kind of a, yeah. Max says, why? Just why? Because somebody's going to like it, and somebody will pay for it.
I don't like the profile. The side profile.
No, side profile doesn't look right. It
looks all wrong.
It's too fat up front. But, yeah, it's called a 789 Corvette.
Yeah, it looks pretty from the back. It looks pretty from the front. But from the side, it is an ugly duckling.
Like with the color scheme on some of them, like that one, the front end doesn't look too big, but from the side profile, it doesn't look quite right. And I think from the back, it looks good.
I think the windshield is just so wrong.
But you don't, that's not a kit to do yourself. You buy it. They build it. You buy it. You write the check. You know that's going to be a big one.
I can't believe they didn't change the top to make it into a responsible looking car.
Look up the one that they were talking about earlier, the 53 replica Corvette. I don't know what they call it, or C5 53, something like that, 1953. That's all jacked up. I don't know what that number is you typed in. Well, I'm trying to see what you're doing. That's what autism looks like. That's my dating life. Ugly, pretty, hippie long. Oh, there it is. This is one they were talking about that Mexican Spec didn't like. It's supposed to look like a 53, but it's a C5 Corvette that same kind of thing. They've done the bodywork to look like the 53, but it's still got the windshield and still got the whole interior and everything from the C5. This one was done first, but it's the same thing. You can buy that.
I don't.
Or you used to be able to buy it. I don't know what they're doing now that the mid-engine Corvettes come out. These companies that did this, maybe they convert ones that are used cars.
No, I don't know. Yeah, no.
I think it looks better than the 53 Corvette, but I'm not sure it looks better than the C5 Corvette.
Yeah, it's not an improvement over the Corvette. It would have to be an improvement over the Corvette to justify any of this. Kevin, we did see your daily Oldsmobile. How is it going? Is it treating you okay?
Oh yeah, we put up that. Did you miss that? Oh, the Oldsmobile. Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, we've seen the Oldsmobile.
Max Wedge, yeah, I saw it's been hotter up there than it is here, and they're not used to that kind of heat.
Mexican Spec says it does not look better than the original. Oh, I think it does. I don't know.
Proportions.
I think the proportions are pretty good. And the 53, of course, is the 53. It's a real thing, but this is kind of cool. I don't know.
You know, it's very custom.
It's very custom. Louis says it's so terrible. Man, that would be a controversial thing to drive around, wouldn't it? Oh, okay, here comes one. I bet people like this. This is another Buddy Carfano car. Okay. You're going to have to zoom. I cannot zoom that, so you're going to have to adjust it. Oh, there you go. What year is that? 60. It's a 67, which normally has the small back window. Of course, this doesn't have any back window, but
Why does it have a black glass windshield?
that's about how that's curved, but that's about how it was. It's not curved much.
It's laid back. I don't think this is
I figured that some people would like that thing, but I don't know. That's not really my type of car.
Kinect design.
I like 67s. I like the nose on them, and I like 67 Chevy pickups, but not necessarily this one. I suspect I didn't get into trucks. They're all the same for years.
Roadster pickup.
Oh, here we go.
Roadster.
Buddy Carfano says, this car is from Mexican Spec. What the heck is it? I haven't brought it up yet. Oh, here we go. Yeah, Mexican Spec might like this. Except I'm running my mouse into a collision course with something here. There. What year is that?
Pretty.
The 68. Yeah, Roadster pickup. It's a hardtop convertible. That's what they used to call the original hardtops. That's why hardtops, the ones that don't have a post, were called hardtops, because originally they were called hardtop convertibles, because convertibles didn't have any posts. So they built a car with it was like a convertible, but it had a hardtop, so it's called a hardtop convertible.
Scaled Innovation says there hasn't been a GM truck I haven't liked, and there won't ever be because GM is no more.
Yeah, GM is
If
now.
you didn't know, and Tony, and I kind of realized it, but I didn't think of it ever. But GM went out of business in like 2009.
Well, but they're back in business as an LLC, which I'm
not-
just amazed that a company that size is an LLC.
It's a different name, though. It's a completely different company. They rolled all the debt off as GM, and then they started a new GM. It's a different company. It's all the same.
It's an LLC.
I guess it's
Does
all
everybody,
financial.
if you're in the U.S. and you've been in business, you might know what an LLC is. An LLC is a corporation that the money flows right through. The corporation doesn't make the money. The owners make the money. So corporation will never make a profit. Only the people that own the corporation make the profit. So like an individual, like me, let's say, if I wanted to incorporate, I'd do an LLC because there's no sense in having a corporation that has to pay taxes and then I have to pay taxes on the same money. So it'd just flow straight through. Be like an old-fashioned business, like some guy has a auto repair downtown or something. So that's kind of what those are meant for. But now they're giant companies or LLCs. I'm amazed.
All right. Kevin Smith got a Toyota ad. You get 2 points. And since we're doing cars from the 60s, let's look at Toyotas. I mean, they're paying our bills. They're paying for the kilobits. You know? I'm not like selling out. Like, we're still staying on theme. I'm going... This is what Toyota had in 1969. The Corolla. There you go. I do like these mirrors. They're kind of cool.
Oh, the Japanese put them way up front on the Japanese cars. Yeah, that's one's right-hand drive Japanese car.
I don't like
Not sold in the U.S.
I don't like the back end like this one. But
Man, I remember those. Those were little tinny cars. They were pretty minimal cars.
this one,
Simple to work on them.
this angle looks better. I don't know. Oh. 69 Toyota Corolla driven 350,000 miles by original owner.
Wow.
Damn.
Probably has a sore butt.
That's back in the day. I'll bet you that car's still driving. There's Zephyr, still driving. He has a sore butt.
Oh, look at this. Who sent this in?
I don't know, but that's a tiny, tiny picture.
It's the same car. It's
There it is, one of those Corvettes. That Corvette is not at all on topic tonight.
I'm sorry. It was
Tim was an LLC with an S corp.
oh, who sent
Keeps
this in?
anyone and anything away from me and the family.
Oh, Scaled Innovation sent this in.
Let's see. Pitt had an LLC. The bank owns it now. Oh, I'm sure they're doing great things with it.
Okay, let's take this off and get back to what you're doing.
What's that?
I was going to say, look up the original Toyota Corona, like a 1966 Corona, or 67 maybe. I think they came out 67.
Corona. My Corona.
Now,
Pajam.
oh, that's a two-door. Okay, see the white one right next to me? That one. Remember I said my brother had a 63 Plymouth, just like that one, that red one. And he sold it, and I said he bought a Toyota. That's what he bought. It was like that white Toyota Corona, the original Corona. And I drove that car too. The Plymouth was better. I don't know why he bought that. I can't imagine why he'd get rid of a 63 Plymouth and buy that. It was a newer car, I guess, like 4 years newer. What's this? It says.
I mean, I'm not selling out the Toyota. We're talking about Toyotas from 50 years ago. It's not even the same at all. But I think Toyotas have a pretty good reputation. I don't know. Are the new Toyotas any near as good? Doesn't Toyota make the Land Cruisers now?
Yeah, and they make a lot of hybrid cars. As long as that, how long a Prius been around now? That's become a very, very reliable drivetrain. I think the Prius is a little weird. I've driven them. Had a Prius for a while.
You said the interior and the controls and everything.
Oh, they're all
really
weird. They're
unusual.
really weird. But then you can get the same running gear in other Toyota products. So I mean, you know, if you're going to have a hybrid, that's probably the one to buy. Well, you know what my son bought was a Toyota pickup that's a hybrid. That new 400 something horsepower pickup truck that goes like mad. That's a hybrid. So you're still looking at these. Corona.
Somebody asked if they came in lime.
Oh.
I'm looking for a lime one. And best I'm seeing is like a blue. I don't think. He might have just been making a beer joke.
Says, yeah, a car like that should come with a free basket of limes. I don't know what that was. Oh, that's a Corolla.
Corona with a slice of lime.
Corona. Oh, geez.
There you are.
That's a newer Corona.
I found you one. Ask and you will maybe get. The horn pad was how you actuated the turn signal. Crickets. Yeah, I think we probably missed the joke. Crick.
And then, who sent this in?
Looks French. A little.
Oh, Dick Dastardly sent this in. It says Ford Guy's Dream Truck. You're going to have to swap.
Whose guys is it?
Ford Guy's Dream Truck. That's like your truck, only it's got a part of a Crown Vic front end or something. I don't know what all that mess is up there.
Ford Guy's Dream Truck. That's right. He built his dream from that Ford Ranger.
I can
custom.
I can put things up that are worse than that.
Don't start into that.
You don't want me to start into that. You don't want me to start into that. Well, this is weird.
How are we doing with emails?
I'm coming along on them. I know you want me to avoid this, don't you?
I don't want you to go into the folder of shame. Japanese cars were good till I bought one. Oh, man.
I'll just put up one of them. Just to freak everybody out. Okay. For those of you that like Dodge Chargers.
Oh, Max Wedge says he saw something good.
There.
Oh.
If you have an old Lincoln, but you really want a Dodge Charger. Oh, it's supposed to be a Mustang. Ah, Dean Stevenson's here. He says we're good. Okay, I'll take it away. Kim doesn't like this stuff. I'll take it away. But that's not any better.
No, but it's fun. We make fun.
I'll go back to my email.
Even terrible art is the beginning of
Oh my God.
learning how to art.
Here's another whacked out one. Buddy Carafano says a Russian car, except this is a non-stock Russian car. You're going to have to zoom though.
Whee!
What is that piece of crap?
Nice. It's like small tractor tires.
Okay, let's see what's after this. Oh, Buddy Carafano has one here. It says 64 Comet. I haven't looked at it yet. Oh, yeah. Now here we go. Buddy, this is a better car to send in a picture of. That 64 Comet looks pretty good. Especially looks good with those newer wheels. Those wheels are like from 68 or so, something like that.
Hippie Long thinks it looks great. I thought it was kind of cool.
I think this looks good.
Yeah, but I would take that little Russian car off road.
What's on the hubcap of what? This 64 Comet? I think it says GT. I can't zoom in on this because it's
There's no better. If I zoom in, it's just gonna get all grainy.
You remember these wheels? They were on the Torinos, like 68 or something.
Pit Cyber. It's not good. That's for sure. There's something. It wasn't good.
What's
That Ranger, the
Ranger.
brown one, that was deformed in ways that were not pleasing to the eye.
Scaled says, did Ford own Mercury from the jump, or did they buy it? No, they started it. I think it was in 1939. I remember my father had one. That was his first car. My mother said it was a Ford. My father said it was a Mercury. Don't know. But it was the first year that Ford had hydraulic brakes. My dad said he wouldn't have bought it if it had been a year older because he wanted hydraulic brakes. He didn't want, like Henry Ford always says, it's steel, all steel from pedal to wheel, I think is what his words were. But it was his son, Edsel Ford, that had a lot to do with the company and became president and everything. And because of him, they started making some changes. One of them was putting the hydraulic brakes, and I think it was the first year of the Mercury, which is 39. Oh, they didn't merge. It was Ford. It was Edsel Ford. Edsel Ford was really into design and body design and marketing, and he was on top of all that. And his father, Henry Ford, was into engineering. You know, like the original engines and the original transmissions and the flathead V8. I mean, that's Henry Ford. That flathead V8. That was his baby. And it was the first V8 that had been cast in one piece. The block was one piece instead of being a big bolt together thing. So there have been V8s before it, but they were really expensive. Oh yeah, and Scale says Canada had Mercury trucks. They did. They had some weird cars.
We saw one. Didn't we see one at the car show up the street one time?
There's a local Mercury truck.
It was cool.
Yeah, I miss Mercuries too. We had Mercuries, but like years back.
Crazy about them.
When I was married before, we had Mercuries and we had Pontiacs, and they're all gone. Tim, 60 Ford started a new division called Comet. Yeah, you know why that happened? Comet was supposed to be Edsel, but they were already killing Edsel. Because the original pictures of Comets from Ford Motor Company when they were not prototype, but what's the word? Pilot cars. They said Edsel on them. They had the Edsel logo on them, but when they came out, they just just didn't have the Edsel logo on them, and they sold them through Mercury dealers. And in 1961, they put the name Mercury on the Comet.
Since we're talking about Ford,
What's that?
most people here, I think, have an appreciation for tractors.
Well, and I have Mercuries now. I have my daily driver's a Mercury.
It is a Mercury.
It is a Mercury.
I forgot that you're driving a Mercury because it's later and it's out of context of the.
It's out of context with what we're doing tonight, but that's my daily driver. So
It
for that
is a
reason,
Mercury.
it is in
It
context.
ties in. It's amazing. All right, so this is a 1960 Ford tractor, the Jubilee.
That's a 53.
9N or something like that. What? What do you mean?
Well, I know tractors a little bit. I think that's a 53.
Well, I typed in 1960 Ford tractor. You telling me?
Well, I think something's wrong.
AI's lying to me?
Could AI get it wrong?
Never.
Oh, it says 1960 Ford tractor, but I don't think that's right. I mean, that body style might have been around.
Well, this
for that
one
long?
says it's a 1968 N tractor.
Oh, it could be. It
So
could
this
be.
is the end of the 8 series.
Okay.
The N series tractors. But I just wanted to show, like, this is what they were building in 1960. And then this is what they were building in 1969. There were some changes. This is a little more modern looking tractor. A lot of people have probably seen one of these.
Yeah, Lesto Saber says Continental was its own division for a while. Very short period of time. 56 and 57.
Oh, I thought a Continental was a body style.
We've been up for that before. Just look up 1956 Continental.
I'm not doing it.
You're not
we
doing
did
it?
it last time.
Okay, and that's 56. Okay. So yeah, 56 and 57 was when Continental was its own thing.
Pitt suggests a live call-in show. So we've used StreamYard.
Oh yeah, we've done that.
And StreamYard like changed their thing where it's like $400 a year to use StreamYard now. But we did figure out a way that we could use there's other options. There's
So
Discord. We could use Discord, or we could just do a phone call. There's ways.
We will explore it because we were bringing in who'd we bring? We did it a couple of times. We had Wendy in here, and I don't remember who else.
But when we first started doing the studio lives with the green screen, and I was using all the software we use because we have like 5 different screens going, so we can keep track of everything. Really early in the studio streaming, we tried to do that, and it wasn't bad. We got to have Dougster on, we got to have Wendy on. It was cool. It stressed me out so bad, but this was all very new, and I think I could maybe manage it better now because I have a lot more practice. But trying to keep track of the chat and the guest, it was giving me a headache. Like I couldn't handle it.
She's doing the engineering over here.
So we went back into just doing me and Buff and the chat and the green screen, and that was like enough. And so like we could bring in guests and do conversations and stuff like that.
Tommy Hamlin's here. Good evening from Dublin. Well, what about this is just something because I don't know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to ask you a question, so you can tell me how.
Why am I yawning all of a sudden?
I don't know. So you can tell me how stupid I am.
Thinking about having guests gives me a headache. Go ahead. What are you thinking?
I can't think of my.
Hi, Tommy. Tommy Hamlin's here from Dublin. Look.
I said hi, Tommy.
What's the clover called? Shamrock. Shamrock to you, Tommy. Like I say potato to Dougster.
Okay, let's see. I've completely lost my train of thought here. What's this thing that, I don't know. I had it all going to come out, and now it's like trapped in my brain, and I can't bring it out. What's the thing you watch, do video calls with people?
StreamYard. Talk show.
Oh, there's one.
Like the meeting one.
Well, I didn't think of the meeting one. The
You
other,
do the
what's
There's
the
Discord, the meeting one. I don't know. There's lots of different
the
options.
one that was the first one that came out that everybody's using now? They're kind of gone away. We were using it for do job interviews, but nobody knows that. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's like I've gone too far without making my point, so it doesn't matter. I was thinking it might be an option. Yeah, Zoom.
He's right. You get 5 points scaled innovations for helping buffs.
Well, I was going to say it, and then you went on talking and talking, and by the time I was listening to what you were saying, I've completely forgotten Zoom. Yeah, we started doing, yeah, now they're all going to say, there's going to be like Zoom, 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 Zoom. So,
Vintage dreams. Welcome to the stream.
we go. Everybody's going to say
We're
Zoom
having
now.
the brain damage.
Yeah, brain damage. Buff with brain damage.
The Dane Bramage.
So, I don't know if there's a way to use that on here.
Yes. Yes, we could use Zoom and I could just pull it into a window in OBS. So we could do Zoom calls.
Pitt says, I want to talk Navy and Air Force trash with Buff. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not into the rivalry kind of thing. I hear a little of it, but the reality was I was Air Force and we did things in the Air Force. And then when I worked with the Navy maintainers that worked on aircraft carriers, those people were really highly skilled individuals, and I liked working with them. And we had them as instructors. 2 of them that were really good were instructors. And I worked in flight testing. So what we do is we'd get an airplane up to point. If it was something that we decided was going to work well, we'd get it up to point where it would, it was working right. And then we wrote the maintenance manual, we wrote the flight manuals, we wrote all that stuff, and then we taught one team to fly the airplane, and we kind of stayed involved with it a little bit, but those guys were the ones that became the instructors. So we had 2 of them that were former Navy maintainers, been on a carrier. Those guys were great, man. They were good people. Couldn't get much better.
A bit of chaos is good. It keeps us on our toes. It mixes things up. Sometimes there's a little delay. I'm not too quick sometimes. Sometimes I'm like right on it. And then other times I'm like, abada. So like it's good. It's good. You can kind of gauge where we're at. Like all day Sunday we were in like the because we stayed up all night working on it.
You know what happened was...
Got to be well rested.
I plan on doing about a 2-hour live and just getting the head ready to put on. Well, then I decided I wouldn't put it on. And I got the head on there, and Kim decided to keep rolling on it. And Mexican Spec was going, hey, you going to get it running? You going to get it? You going to drive it?
We do 8 hours.
You going to drive it? And I go, no way, we're not going to run this thing tonight.
Well, I was like, no. Well,
you know what? When we walked home, it was already getting light.
It was broad daylight.
It was like, what the hell? A 7.5-hour live? What were we thinking? Was anybody here?
I was so sick of working on that car. I just wanted to get it finished. So we stayed up all night and finished it.
Yeah, he says, no, it's all fun. Yeah, it's just like
he is not a big trash talker. It's like a foreign language to him.
Like
I get it. Like people are always trash talking, but
well, you hear that stuff, rivalry between services. But then there was a team we brought in on a new airplane, and they never did anything like this to us before. Half the team was Air Force, half the team was Navy. It's like, what? And we had too many people, so we divided them into 2 teams. But we couldn't have Navy and Air Force against each other. So we had some Navy and Air Force on one team, save Navy and Air Force on the other team. And we got both groups able to fly that airplane and maintain it, and then they became the instructors. And they were the first ones that deployed with it. It was that was a fun thing, but we couldn't have a rivalry, Although I understand why that kind of thing happens.
Kevin asks what happened to Patrick's wrench. Did Patrick say, nah, I don't really want the wrench? Or was that somebody else?
Patrick's wrench.
The mod wrench?
I don't remember.
Did you give Patrick a wrench and then take it away?
Oh, yeah, I did. He asked me to take it away.
Yeah.
He asked me,
He didn't do
please.
nothing wrong.
He asked me, please take it away. I don't want the responsibility or something. He asked for it.
He was
And
like, nah.
I asked him and
He
gave
was
it to
just-
him. And then he said he really didn't want it. And he asked me to take it away. So I took it away. Josh Holman's here. Good evening.
I had to go to bed. I mean, it was an incredibly long stream. Who stays up all night to watch two idiots put a car together? Like, a lot of people did.
All right, Mexican Spec. I was sure I pissed him off. And I was upset with myself. I didn't know what I said. I was going to go back and watch that whole live to see how I pissed him off. And then he stopped in one of my shorts, and then another one of my shorts. And I think, okay, he's not that pissed off. Now he's here. So, what was I going to say about the military? Okay, my grandfather was Army, World War I. My father and his two brothers were Army. My father was Navy, World War II. I was Air Force, into Vietnam and up through Cold War person, and Yom Kippur War. And then my son has been in the Army for 25 years, Special Forces guy, and he's going to retire here pretty quickly. So, yeah, we kind of had a military family. Oh, and my other son was Army for 8 years. He was in the Army. So, and he was a maintainer. He was in logistics at first, and then he ended up maintaining trucks and Humvees and things like that. But he's a computer guy. His degree's in, he writes code all day. So he does that as a civilian after he got out of the Army. So, yeah, my family's we've always served in the military,
Well, Pitt, we were glad to see you came back. We don't like to really run anybody off. We appreciate good people, and you've added good stuff to the chat the whole time. And I think he was being a little bit persistent about the no smoking thing, and I was worried that he got on your nerves about it. And anyways,
yeah, my thing is just two people, family people that I really liked. Cigarettes killed them. That doesn't feel good, But
yeah,
if I understand.
But
it's not.
We've all had situations.
It's so addictive. It's so addictive. People that want to quit can't quit. Yeah. I understand that.
I've been irritated. He's been irritated sometimes. Sometimes we're both irritated. There's friction and anyways.
Dick Dastardly.
You can always come back.
Dick Dastardly. Oh, you're going to have to shrink this down. Dick Dastardly sent this in.
The picture says Carcraft. It's a magazine photo.
Apparently.
Can you zoom in there?
That is a 63 Plymouth. This one's a Savoy. Does not have the chrome down the side.
Look at the
Look at the meats on the back of that thing.
And it's got slapper bars on there. I wonder what suspension. Wow. That's
Kevin Smith says it's a horrible habit. The thing is, see, I used to think that it's not a habit. It's an addiction. And it's difficult. Yeah, that's a big hood scoop. I'd look at that thing, and that's going to rip that thing right off, right off if they go very fast.
Dean? Poor Dean. Where did Dean go?
Pitt says, I was a moody bitch. No worries, brothers. Does a lot good. Well, the other thing is, a 7.5 hour live is not easy to stick around, They, some people did. Some people did.
Yeah,
even Mexican Spec, who's always here, he bailed out partway through that one.
that was uncalled for, guys. But
well, Mexican Spec's the one that was egging you on, going, you're gonna get this thing running. You're gonna get it running, and I'm gonna go. No, it's not gonna run. It's not gonna run, and bigger than shit, it ran. Oh man,
them are like those big rig tires. Like
Dean Stevenson says, I'm in my truck. And Tavo's here. Good evening. Good evening from down under. How are you doing? We got the down under crowd here now.
Oh, the precedent for
Oh,
long
oh.
streams.
Oh, we
Tony once streamed all night watching paint dry.
Oh yeah, he did an 8-hour paint dry.
And we were at least slightly more interesting than watching paint dry.
Where is that
We were
picture?
actively doing stuff on our all-night stream.
It's one that Buddy
Remember
said.
you wanted to do a 24-hour stream the one time? And I was like, no.
Tony
we
did
will
one.
not.
Tony did one. He didn't make it. And it's because it was the beginning of the. It was the beginning of the pandemic, but nobody knew that.
They got the crud.
They just knew. Can you bail out of this thing down here?
Yeah.
Okay, so it just killed a commercial.
Okay.
So nobody knew that this pandemic was going to start, and Tony and Kathy both had what they called the crud, and they were trying to do it. It was New Year's Eve for 2020, so it was December 31st of 2019, and they're going to do a 24-hour live. And Tony couldn't even talk. He's like, he's lost his voice, and he's trying to go, and I'm like, take some cough drops, try this, try that. Like 7 hours into it, he quit. But they were so sick, and they had no idea what they had. He just called it the crud. Eventually, they recovered, but it was right after that the whole COVID thing hits. So that's what he had, He just didn't know it. And he tries to do it 24-hour.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. Better than overnight,
Okay.
working on the wrenching, turning wrenches all night, trying to get it done. Sometimes you got to do
So
that.
for the down under folks,
You know how that would you if it lasts like we're almost done, but it's more like we could have either done like 3 more days of work on the car or done an all-night marathon, and I was like, let's just get this done.
Buddy Carfano sent in some pictures that we showed earlier.
Okay.
And they're down under cars, and I got
bring them back.
Yeah, it's not that one.
Okay, you'll find us.
Yeah, I'm finding him.
Pitt
I know
says his grand snipe turned 9 yesterday. Congratulations, that's amazing.
It's this one. Okay, down under folks. What you're gonna have to zoom that a little bit.
That's a really pretty little car.
What I know it's a 61 EK Holden, but isn't that Dean? Didn't you have one of those or something, or your father did or something, or one almost like it? Or tell us about it. Those have 6 cylinders in them, or V8s, or something we don't know about. Scale Tavo, that hurts. What's this? What did Tavo say? $40 for a 20-pack down here. That's the cheapest, up to $75 for brand names. What's that for?
Cigarettes. We're talking about the price of cigarettes.
Of course, that's Australian, so
it's expensive.
So that would be a little less than US dollars, but not a whole lot less. That has to do with alcohol, because this is time to build a still. See, that was my plan when I lived in Arizona. I was going to buy a piece of property out in the desert that I could fly a small plane out there, someplace that didn't have roads, and I was going to build a still. And I was going to run my airplane engine on alcohol, and I was going to drink some of it. I just never, just pipe dreams. Never happened, Too busy doing stuff I had to do. Okay, Tavo says, EK Holden Special, lots of NASCO accessories, 138 cubic inch inline 6. First model Holden available with automatic transmission. That is a small 6-cylinder.
138.
Yeah, I mean, the smallest 6-cylinder I can think of we had here was the 144 in the Falcon. It's just like the 200. Looks just like my engine, except it's 4 main bearings. But from the outside, it looks the same, and that was a 144. So this is a smaller engine than that.
Yeah, a 138 is a pretty small inline 6.
And that's a pretty nice looking car, that one. Somebody's done a nice job on that. Oh, Dean says his was a 58 PA Vauxhall Velox. Like an FB Holden. FBC. That's something down under. They got all these FBs and ABs and VCs and VDs and all these.
VDs.
VDs, yeah. It all makes sense if you know the system, but I don't know the system, so it's hard to understand it. Uh-oh.
Hippie Long thinks cigarettes should be banned.
Oh.
I don't know if they should be banned. I'm not sure if I agree with that necessarily.
They'll never ban cigarettes. Like what is it like?
Oh, with the money they're making in
Yeah, I
taxes.
mean the government, the tax is so big, they just demonize a little more and keep jacking the tax up, I mean, if the product was that bad, they'd just ban it. That's right. But they probably get as much from cigarette tax as they do from income tax, Dean Stevenson says FBEK, backwards lettering. Huh. Yeah, hippie long. But apparently genocide is okay if your country makes money. Yeah, sadly. Pitt says, I load my own cigarettes, natural tobacco. I can go to. Yeah, see, I want to get into it again. My brother-in-law, who's dead from smoking, that's what I tell him to do. Roll your own, or he likes smoking pot, And well, it's legal. He's in California. I go, it's legal here now. He goes, yeah, but now it's harder because I got to have a $3,000 permit from the county once a year to grow plants, and it has to be grown inside, and they have to come out and inspect, and it's just some big hairball he didn't want to deal with. So then I said, well, just roll your own cigarettes, because it won't have all the chemicals and all the misery that goes with them. And he goes, I've tried that. It just doesn't do what these do. And he just said, man, we like you. We want you to be around a few more years. I remember saying that to him at less than a year. He was dead, and it was like, oh, God.
Well, the new bad habit is the vaping.
Well, and vaping, does vaping do any damage? I don't know.
Well, I think it's not necessarily well regulated, and
oh, you don't want what's in the vape.
You don't know what's in it because they get like popcorn lung or something like that. I know some people have gotten really sick from vape.
Carpano, anybody else make an ashtray in school? I sure did. It was a big plastic ashtray, and it was a cool looking shape.
I made a pottery one,
and I
made a tin one.
I did a sand casting, made it out of aluminum, and then polished the aluminum, and I gave it to my father. But by the time I gave it to my father, he quit smoking. So he had a little office where he did homework and stuff. He was a professor, so he wrote all new classes and all this kind of stuff. And I remember that ashtray had paper clips in it. It's like, okay, he made use of it. It sat there. I wonder what happened to that. Because he passed away, and it's not something I saw around. But yeah, I made an ashtray in school. Originally, the two-letter coding designated year of Holden speak. A year in Holden speak. F was 50s, J was 53, E was 56, C was 58, B was 59. So they did go backwards. What happened when they ran out of letters? They quit making the cars? I don't know. Or is that when they doubled up on the letters? I don't know. Man. Could be long. I'm a 50-year smoker. Still am. Man. Vaping is just as bad. Well, I don't like people vaping around me because it's like tastes funny and stuff. I don't like it, but I don't know if it's any. Good. Hippie Long says weed is free in California. Well, I don't know. The county he lived in was he used to just grow it. Well, then once they legalized it, the county he lived in wanted a $3,000 permit once a year, and they'd come out and inspect. Well, everybody knew him. They're going to come out and inspect. So he goes, man, it's terrible. It's worse than when it was illegal. So I don't know. He just didn't want to deal with the local regulations. Yeah, Pitt says he made an ashtray in art class. I did it in a metal shop. It was a metal shop, and one of the things we did in metal shop was aluminum sand casting. Blew up a few in the kiln.
If you don't dry something well enough, it'll explode in the kiln.
Oh, see, I did some pottery and things. My mother used to do that, so I did some pottery and stuff, and she'd have the stuff fired, but I never worked with the kiln. 1960s was E. and K. 61 J, 62 is H, 63 year of the first release of the model. H, oh, H, 63 year of the first release of the model. Okay, I'm going to it's going faster than I can go. Pitt says it's still 1923 in Nebraska, damn it. Well, see, and I military and got, I can't do any of that stuff because I still actually am employed by although I don't work very often, I'm still employed by a defense contractor. So I'm bound by federal law, and they can test me anytime for drugs. Daughter would never let me smoke in her car. Now her husband does. Now her new husband does. Wow, Kevin. Dick Dashley, I made an ashtray out of steel in welding shop. Oh, that's pretty cool. Tim, back in '69, we had the beanbag ashtrays in the big computer rooms.
I remember the beanbag ashtrays.
You know what that does to the inside of a computer?
Oh my gosh.
It just sucks that in there and everything's all brown inside and
I have seen some
and
clogged up ventilation systems in buildings from years and years of cigarette smoking. I remember when we were young, they would send it
stray bullets here.
They'd send a kid into the convenience store to grab the cigarettes because there was a bunch of kids. So my aunt would sit in the car and she'd say, "Jim, go in and get my cigarettes. They know which ones. Tell them it's for me, and they know which ones."
Oh, buddy Carfana, you used to get grandmother Pall Mall. It's Pell Mell cigarettes. Never sell cigarettes, 8-year-old today. Yeah, if we had a note, we could get cigarettes for my mother.
I think it's good that they did away with some of the smoking was overboard. In public places, there were more people smoking than not. And I remember they smoked in the church basement. They smoked at work. There are certain places, if you worked there, you were a smoker. Whether you were holding a lit cigarette or not, the place was full of smoke. And so if you worked in a certain office, you were a smoker. And I don't know. I know the hospitals, you're not allowed to smoke within 10 feet of the building. You have to walk to the far side of the property to smoke a cigarette. All the nurses would smoke.
Oh, I remember in school, in elementary school, they weren't allowed to smoke in the classroom. But man, if you went in the office for something like recess and you walked in the office, it was like you couldn't even see through that office, all the cigarette smoke in there.
All right, you're right. We talked enough about smoking again.
Oh, it's old time. It's 1960s. But yeah,
it's crazy stuff.
You're right.
How about an inappropriate convertible joke?
I don't know.
You could try, Kevin.
How inappropriate? Well, okay. So Mexican Spectre, you still here and Kevin's still here. Somebody get ready to get rid of it if it's too inappropriate.
He could be the judge.
Who is it asking? Oh, it's Kevin Smith. Okay, see, yeah, I guess you're a moderator.
I don't know. Try and use good judgment.
Use your own good judgment.
How bad do you think it is?
See, I set these up that say that we're not going to have, every once in a while I let out with an OS something, but I keep it, I'm trying to keep it so it's, there's some of these words we just don't want to use in here, and some things we don't want to say because then they'll take my video down afterwards. I'd rather it stay up. But I don't know.
Tavo's telling us about back to
Holden. It was about the same external dimensions as the first Falcon. Standard family sedan here, cheaper to buy and run than the average U.S. import sedan, 50% market share. Well, in Australia, didn't they have that? Had a lot of it had to be required to be Australian content, right? Things had to be let's say the brake drums had to come from Australia or something. Yeah,
I don't think Kevin's joke's that bad.
Well,
it's not that good either, but it's not that bad.
Oh, where did he put it?
It's right here with the laughing faces.
Purple. It goes down. Okay. I'm not going to read it, but I mean, I read it, but
Wow, wow. It's
but
like
I'm,
a
I'm
dad
not going to
joke.
read it out loud. Uh, yeah, the teachers be puffing away in the teachers' lounge. Yeah, that whole office area in
Oh,
there
when
was.
they made the teachers not do that anymore, man, was there trouble. I remember when they told the
I
teachers they
used
were not allowed to smoke at the teachers' lounge anymore.
I used to
Oh
walk in
man.
there in the office, which the teachers' lounge was right off the edge of the office. Like walk in there at lunchtime and come out, my eyes would be watering. Yeah, we can move on though. We got lots of stuff to piss around about. Don't speak for yourself. I'm often mistaken for an adult due to my age. Yeah, that's me. Oh, come on, that's funny.
Yeah, that's good. The
Next,
whole
I do not want to
the
go back to being a kid. I earned my arrogance.
the visor is such a Australian thing. Like Tavo was recording car shows and sent us some pictures of stuff, and they all have the visors. That was like the they just all have them. I guess that's like a super and like louvers? No. Are they called louvers?
Oh yeah, the lures, the blinds,
Yeah.
the blinds. That's something else they do in Australia. Is they put blinds on the back
Like
window.
on everything. All
I
the
see it a
classic cars
lot.
have
I
it.
see it a lot. You don't see that here.
It's kind of cool.
Well, what do you got here, Kim? We got 2.5 hours. You're yawning, having a yawning
Is
festival.
it? Oh, it's only 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours, but you're over
That
there.
is.
You're
You
over
know
there
what?
having a yawning festival.
Are you
You know
guys
what?
okay if we call it? Will that upset
Well, we got it.
anybody?
There's stuff we need to do.
What's that?
We need to figure out what our next week's.
That is pretty important.
What's our next week's thing? Are we just gonna wing it, or are we gonna do something? Kevin Smith visors over headlights are really cool. Oh, like in a Lincoln Mark III or a Corvette. I had a Corvette that was like roll all the way around because the light faced backwards until you roll forward. Is that a visor? Yes, blind's popular, though the through the 60s and 70s, then external louvers became the thing. Oh yeah, like on the back window of a Mustang or something. Yeah, they did the same thing up here.
Fastest 2.5 hours on YouTube? You think?
Really?
That's good. That means we're doing something right if it
Well,
feels like it went quickly.
what did you think of the 7.5 hour live? Who stuck through for that whole thing? And did you? They're probably here. Well, the chat kept going that night, all night. So
People didn't like my suggestion for this week. I don't remember what it was, but I wrote a couple down.
Buddy Carfano says 70 to 79.
I mean, that makes sense.
We could do that. Mexican Spec 3 buff. You could have unplugged the headlight motor. You didn't have to remove the flip around headlights. Yeah, but those are like spoilers up there. Those are like speed brakes. It's speed brakes on the front of my Corvette. No, I kind of like those things I put in there. Those were a guy did that. He made a kit to do that, and it made them flush, and they worked well. I don't know. I guess and they didn't destroy anything. You could remove them and put the other ones back in. They bolted in. Kevin Smith says longest 7.5 hours on YouTube, but he says life was long but fun. Did you stick? You stuck around for the whole thing, didn't you? I stayed through nearly all of it. Well, we started the car. We started that engine before we ended it. Have you ever seen a little teardrop camper trailer? I had one for a long time, but I got rid of it. Man, that was one of those things I couldn't take to. I left it in California at a friend's house, and then I moved to Ohio, and then he was moving, so I came back to California, and I had to get it out of his yard, and I took it to the junkyard. I got a friend that had a hitch, helped me do it. I couldn't keep it. I've talked about building another teardrop. 4x8 campers are neat as heck. Worst thing we've done. Oh, in cars? Worst thing we've done in cars. No, we're not doing that for full time.
That's a story I cannot tell on the internet.
Yeah. Yeah, Mexican Specs always already told about one of his hearses. For some protection. Another option were little roll down canvas blinds on side windows. I remember seeing Australian ones, they had the louvers on the side windows in the back of station wagons. Yeah, Stray Bullet. The one I had was made out of 7075, which is the angles were 7075, and the rest of it was some soft aluminum. But 7075 is strong as shit. But the problem with 7075 is it's so subject to corrosion. So mine was getting looks like rice peel off all around the angles where the angles were coming apart from corrosion, and that's when I just wasn't going to take it back. A teardrop triumph.
Josh, you get 2 points for your Granger ad. Well, I get a lot of Granger ads.
So
Thanks to Granger for paying for our kilobits per second.
so we did 59 to 69. Okay, why not do 70 to 79 or 70 to 80? We'll do 11 more years, 70 to 80. I was disappointed that I couldn't hear the Zephyr start on the live. Oh, what happened? It cut the mic out. Probably cut the mic out.
Well,
Navy cars. Maybe that's what we'll do on one of these. Let's do
here, I'll write that
70,
down for the
70 to 79 or 79 to 80, something like that, 10-year span. And then let's do military cars because Navy had some weird stuff they built. And so did the Air Force, so did the Army. But I don't want to get into big old giant missile carriers and stuff, but things like pickup trucks and cars, sure. I think maybe we'll do that the next week after. Or you mean people that were Navy cars? You mean people that bought cars in the Navy?
Lester LeSabre said he was disappointed that he couldn't hear the Zephyr start on the live. Yeah, sorry. Windows does that with loud noises, and we have fixed it multiple times, and it continues to be broken. And I don't know why.
Yeah, Tim's got a good one. Miller Welder had. That's appropriate.
Yeah. Tim, you get 2 points.
Well, let's see. What am I going to say here? Mexican Specs asked a question that's
77 LTD.
very, very
sharp car.
I'm going to look.
What's that?
Just for my own. Just to look. Oh, 77, of course. Do I have a favorite 77 car? Absolutely. The little Pinto Surfer van. Really like those. And and the Trans Ams weren't bad either. And I guess Lamborghini Countach wasn't too bad. And they still had those Matadors like I like with the big lights up front. Oh, yeah, there were some good 77 cars. Why do you ask? Why do you ask such a question?
If we're going to do a year range, you and I have to agree to buckle down and do like Mexican Spec did and find one for every year. I didn't know that's what.
Oh, I found one kind of in the middle, which is why I put the thumbnail up. I put a 64 Studebaker. All this, nobody else put Studebakers up, so I'm glad I did
Mexican Spec says liking it is not necessarily favoriting it.
Okay, well, I like those. And Mexican Spec, you put up one of my favorite cars. One of my favorites, and I don't know why. I used to drive one. I liked it. It was that 71 Ford Galaxy, that four-door Galaxy. I had a friend that had one. I used to drive it quite a bit. And I remember it as being a really nice car.
A little Pinto Surfer van. I guess I must have missed.
When I was a kid, my dad got a duck. Took about a year to get it running. He took it down and ran it in the river in Kittanning. Kittanning, is that what that is?
That is how it's pronounced.
I have seen, what's that town in southwest Missouri where they have all the entertainment? Somebody will know this. Here's a couple of points somebody's going to get. What is the name of the town in southwest Missouri where they have all the entertainment? They have lots of entertainment there. Anyway, that town, there's water right there. And there's ducks. And you can buy a ticket and you can go out on the lake in a duck. It's pretty cool.
Oh.
You know what a duck is?
Yeah, it's a little car that floats.
No, it's a truck.
Oh,
Branson, you got it. Oh, here we go. All these people are going to get points.
Oh, everybody has said Branson because you all did it at once. You get an additional 2 points.
Let's look up, because you can show it. Duck ride. Branson.
Well, they do that in Pittsburgh too. They have duck tours.
No, do they?
Ducky
Okay,
tours.
so you do know what they are?
Yeah, I just didn't know that it was just called
Vintage says
duck.
Branson,
I knew it was
Missouri.
called Ducky tours.
Well, I like Missouri because that's where No Name Nationals is. Branson, Missouri. Okay. But what about Sykeston, Missouri? Oh, yeah, there's duck. Ducks. Oh, yeah, there's Pittsburgh right there. I didn't know they had them in Pittsburgh.
They do Ducky tours. It's a thing. They have just Ducky tours.
Mean Street Mopar's here. We're about ready to close it up, and Mean Street's here. Yeah, look at that green. I don't know. Pretty crazy stuff.
I guess they had to cancel the 2019 season. They're back in business.
Yes, one of the ducks sunk. I don't remember what the problem was. Somebody screwed up. It was a mistake. Operator headspace.
Oops.
No Name is the only reason I'm going back to Missouri. I have a son that lives in Missouri. And No Name Nationals. And I never had any problems in Missouri. That doesn't mean I won't, but never had problems in Missouri. It's a boat car or something. Yes, it's a truck that floats, drives in and out of the water. So, Kim.
Yes.
I think we're done.
Okay. You guys have been great. I'm tired. My neck is bothering.
When she starts yawning and her neck's bothering her, and I know she's got to go in
I tried.
on Thursday. On Thursday, she's going in for work with injections in her neck and stuff. So
I am. They're going to do injections in my spine on Thursdays, which sounds horrific, which is a little horrific, but
I'm going to drive her in there.
if it works, I might be better for a couple of weeks or a couple months even. It depends. We won't know until we know. So hopefully, cross your fingers for me that I'll do good on Thursday. Maybe we'll even be able to still stream Thursday night. I don't know.
Don't know
We're
about
not
Thursday
here
night.
a regular night.
We're not here on
'cause I'm
Thursday night.
recovering.
It's because the injections are too much. Saturday night we'll make it no matter what.
Yeah.
And if you don't feel good, you can just sit there and take care of the chat, and I'll work.
I'll just do
But we'll
this
do
alone.
something.
But you guys are great. We enjoy doing it. Thanks everyone who sent in pictures. Anybody who didn't get points because they are a subscriber, a premium kind of subscriber, you get 3 points for being a premium subscriber. Thank you.
Oh, one other thing.
What's that?
You did that video on the way down here. It was a 5-minute video about your dart. So you're going to put that on your channel?
I'll do
or
like
my
a
channel?
super quick edit and put it up on your channel.
It's going to be on my channel. Okay, it'll be on
It might be an hour or two before we get it up.
and then I'm going to put up at least, I'll probably put up 2 shorts. I'll put up one right away, and then I'll put one up after midnight.
Sorry, Mean Street
So-
Mopar. Thanks for stopping in, but we're kind of wrapping up shorter than.
Of course, Mean Street, I archive these. Is Dougster still here? Dougster, why don't you archive your lives? I'd like to go back and look at them, but
I haven't seen a comment from Dougster in an hour, so he.
I
Probably went to bed.
always archive them.
We'll talk to Dougster.
So,
but yeah, you could rewatch it as soon as we're done. It'll be available to watch. So if you want to watch it, but we'll be back later in the week. Check us out.
Yeah, our normal nights now are going to be Tuesday nights for this
The
show.
Z sledge driving. We just have to work out. There's something with the turn signals. I don't know. We
Turn
must have bumped
signals.
a wire or something.
In fact, I'm doing a short about that. I'll put that short up. That's the short I'll put up right after this. So you can go watch that short. It's about the turn signals on the Z sled kind of led to this short. So,
yeah, but he's taken it out and driven it. We have some
I did drive
minor
it.
sorting stuff, but I mean, yeah, it
Well,
absolutely is running good.
We still have to do the tie rod, the inner tie rods, and then front end alignment, at least get the toe set. And then, and of course, the turn signals need to work. But I think at that point, it's a driver. Then the fun stuff starts. Put the CB radio in it. Oh, and I got the coolant. I didn't put coolant in it. I put water with some anti-rust. So I'm already set up for No Name Nationals. So all that stuff's done. So, okay.
Tim, thank you very much for your. I've been through multiple really intrusive spinal surgeries, so like some injections, I just don't. It doesn't faze me. Like the thought of that, it's like, well, okay, a couple of injections, maybe it'll help. So I'll be good. I'll be fine. Thank you, everybody.
And thank you, mods. Thank you, Mexican Spec.
Yes,
Kevin
thank
Smith.
you to our moderators. We make you guys work more and more every week. So.
Oh, prayers for my brother Chip. He's in bad shape.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. And yes, we will put Chip in our prayers. And thanks, everybody. We're going to call it a night.
Yep. Good
We'll
night.
see y'all again soon.
Take care, everybody.
They better send us pictures for next week. For the 70s.
God, there's an ad running right when
everybody
we're going
has
off.
some like favorite cars from the 70s.